Waiting.
I thought we were live.
Oh no, I was
8
just
are waiting.
PG. We just got that.
The sad
PG
thing about
bobblehead,
that,
too.
I know the sad thing about that is that it looks more like Kevin Durant than it does Paul George in the face. I feel like.
If that bitch could grow facial hair ever.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, that's way too much facial hair for.
It kind of looks
KD.
like Chris Webber.
It doesn't necessarily look like Paul, but
It does kind of look like Chris Webber. They got the hairline, you know.
yeah, they did that.
He's got an elite hairline.
Yeah,
Him and Cantor. Like Thunder have had some of the best hairlines in the league over the past
top
few
5.
years. Yeah. Russ has a good hairline too.
Yeah, that's nice.
Steven Adams
Round
doesn't
head.
have a hairline. It's just all hair.
That's true. You can't really define his hairline.
Singlers,
Yeah, I was trying to think of his.
What do you think he looks like now?
Oh,
terrifying.
anyone's guess.
What about Mitch McGarry? What do you think he looks like now?
Oh.
Mitch McGarry?
You think he's fat or skinny? Like he's one of two things. He's way overweight or he's way underweight. Like, damn, what kind of drugs have you been doing?
Yeah.
He's one of those two
Been
things.
bowling,
Well,
right?
bowling will really
a lot
get
of
the
work.
calories out of you. So
I mean,
That's a
Tough-
tough workout there.
toss in the
he's
ball.
a big boy.
Think he throws a 16-pound bowling ball?
Yeah.
At least
16?
16er.
Yeah.
You don't go down to that 12.
Oh, you're knocking over him. Sorry. Oh, big
That's
head
a weird
over
way to say it.
Well, that's what happens.
Knocking over him.
We're just chilling.
You guys gonna need a refill on the Merm?
Steve
Oh
Novak.
yeah, at some point. Steve Novak's in the
Atif brought him
chat.
up.
Oh, yeah, good hairline though. Good
Yep.
good hairline.
Good dad.
A hairline that will
Real
not
solid
diminish.
dad, that Steve.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like you don't even know for sure if he is, but you do. You do know he's a great dad.
Yeah, I know.
Without knowing, you know Steve Novak's a really
Secretly,
good dad.
just
Yeah.
I know.
He's also the dad though that will never let his kids win in horse. Just gonna
Oh
kill
no.
them their
Why
whole
would
life.
you? Why would you ever do that?
That's true. I mean, you could be
They
it.
can win when they win. I only just last year beat my dad at pool, and that was because he didn't have his glasses on. So still
Dads
haven't,
are
still
so
haven't
good at
quite
pool.
done it.
Dads are so good at pool.
Oh, it's obnoxious.
What else are dads good at? Having strength. Big old dicks.
Dad. Oh, wow. That escalated so fast.
Got that dad dick, man. It's a thing.
Oh, no. Oh, no way. You guys have to see this. This is what Kyle Singer looks like right now.
Oh, the fuck?
Why is he holding a medicine ball?
Because that's what the European leagues have for basketballs.
I'd like to pull his
Rob?
numbers.
Oh, God.
He almost went
Looks like the Karate Kid.
spread eagle there in that picture. We doing this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
It's Thunderheads with Brandon Soul, Rob Larson, Justin Wright, and the dark and stormy Jason Lewis.
Here we are.
This is it.
Our last show. The farewell show. It's weird, right? I was telling Jason when he got here, I was like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Because normally, we kind of do this whole thing at the top, and here's what's going to be on the show today. Hey, go follow us on Twitter, and, subscribe to... I can't really say that now.
Not
Subscribe
necessary.
to us and hit that thumbs up button if you do enjoy the show.
No, but
You can
do,
s-
though. Click-
yeah, you can
click
still
the
do that.
thumbs up,
We
please.
like the thumbs up.
Makes
but
me feel better about myself.
we're not going to really be doing anything special today. I mean, we're just going to do the show. We thought about it a lot. We were like, what kind of special things can we do today? We got to go out with a bang, right? But I think the biggest bang we can go out with is to just do the show. What everyone likes about us, what everyone likes about the show, what we like about the show, that's what we're going to do. I mean, yeah, it might be a little longer today. Might be a little goofier.
It has been
For
thus
sure.
far.
But for the most part, we're just going to do what we do. No promos, nothing like that. No sponsors. Just some bros with some merms hanging out. But first, I have a little challenge for us, actually.
Oh.
They are birdie bots, aren't they?
What?
Birdie bots.
I don't know what that
the
is.
hell's that?
Are they they're the
Title of the
ones
show,
where
that's
like
for sure.
half of them are
Yes.
yeah, but birdie bots that's from Harry Potter, and that was like the first time that they ever did those were so like there'd be like one it was like green apple and then this
Well, let's explain to the people that are listening.
yeah okay go for it.
So we have a box of jelly beans here. You guys familiar with jelly beans?
Never had one.
Have you really never had
I'm
jelly
just
bean?
kidding. No,
Okay.
that's
Well, it wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't had a
Yeah.
jelly bean. Rob, yeah, jelly beans?
Yes.
Familiar with what jelly beans are?
I am.
It's just jelly in a bean.
Yep.
Okay. These jelly beans,
Tastes like random things.
half of them are good,
Oh no.
and half of them are dog shit.
I'm gonna get the dog shit one.
Okay, and so like there's colors, right? So there's a jelly bean in here that's white, but it could be one of two things. It could be coconut, or it might be spoiled milk.
I don't like either of those things.
So what we're gonna do is we're all just gonna take one jelly bean.
Spoiled milk.
We're all gonna take one jelly bean. I mean, let me read some more flavors.
Hey, dog alert.
Oh, we got a dead fish, and we got strawberry banana smoothie.
Dog alert.
We got a rotten egg. We got buttered popcorn, which sounds terrible. Also,
I'm into that.
really,
Oh, dude,
Love
popcorn's
butter
really
and
good.
popcorn.
berry blue or toothpaste, or this is my favorite, peach or barf.
Oh.
What is barf gonna take? Who wants to be the first to
Probably
dig
like
in?
peach is what it's going to taste like.
All right, he got
That's
a
spoiled
white.
milk
This is
for
either gonna
sure.
be birthday cake or dirty dishwater.
Oh,
He got the dirty dishwater. Is it bad?
oh yeah.
Oh no! Rob, you up?
So I've done this before, and I didn't take.
Oh, Rob has to eat all seven.
Oh, God.
No, you
What?
don't pick one. And
It's like, oh, this has got to.
Oh, so that's either what, Tutti Frutti or
Tutti Frutti or Stinky Socks.
dude. Tutti Frutti is the best one. So
Nothing.
You got a
Tutti
Tutti Frutti? Or it's just flavor.
Oh, please don't throw up on me. Please don't throw up on me.
Oh no!
I'm going to throw up.
No, you can do it.
Drink that
Stomach it. So we're still here. You got it?
It's so bad.
It really? Oh
no,
no, I'm
so
scared. All right.
I'm going to take this blue one because it looks okay.
All right.
blueberry. It's either berry blue or toothpaste.
Perfect. I picked the right one.
What if there's no good ones? This is
I-
all a
Did you
joke.
fuck
There's
with
no.
us? They're just all bad?
Yeah, I don't think
Oh,
so.
that was so much toothpaste.
Oh, really? So what's this one?
He's gonna get a good one. That's how it works.
This is either
This is
barf
pretty
or
good.
peach. Like, this is not.
That was so bad.
I'm glad I got toothpaste.
I got a good one, guys.
Of course
my
you did.
God.
Yes. Victory. Way to set them up.
I think. No, that was a good one.
Oh,
All right. That was fun.
I just brushed my teeth, you guys, with that bean.
Yeah, that's how that works.
What's
So,
that mean?
so it actually was kind of good. The
No,
toothpaste?
yeah, I feel so fresh right now.
Rob, almost. Yeah, how close were you to puking?
Gagged.
Not extremely close, but if it had been a little bit of a bigger bean, it was for sure coming out.
Mimosas are terrible after toothpaste.
It was bad.
That's a common combo too. You know,
Orange
brunch.
juice.
Everyone brushes their teeth before they go to brunch. Then you get a mimosa, and you're like, ooh.
Ugh.
Let's do the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big news over the past few days. Markieff Morris, big signing, a big buyout signing. Was he bought out or just released? Whatever, doesn't matter. Big free agency signing for the Thunder. Markieff Morris was traded from Washington to the Pelicans. Pelicans released him. He had no interest in being there. They had no interest in keeping him. Didn't make sense. What does make sense is that he now plays for the Thunder. And the cool thing about this is he chose the Thunder over teams like the Rockets, the Raptors, the Lakers, which apparently his agent is Rich Paul, same as LeBron
Surprise,
James.
You know?
So
And
you know,
Anthony Davis.
Yep. And so all these conspiracy theories about Rich Paul just wants all his clients in LA or whatever, that kind of squashes that a little bit. I don't know. It's not like Markieff Morris is some giant name. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
got to get him to LA, change the landscape of things. Whatever. It's a really good signing, right? Like it strengthens the Thunder, their front court especially. If I ask you guys, what's the weakest part of this team throughout the entire season, I would imagine at least one of you is going to say Patrick Patterson. Now, is that what this is? Is he just the replacement for Patrick Patterson? Is that how you see him?
I actually wouldn't be surprised to see him play the three a little bit and take that Nader spot. It seems like having Patrick Patterson is okay at times, and he can help spread the floor. Like he's been shooting better, or he was. It's kind of gone down again.
Yeah. Yep.
But I feel like there's maybe more potential with Nader out and Markieff in. Like that it feels more like a full NBA roster to me that way. But
I agree. I agree because there's definitely a hole. There's been a hole there, right?
Yeah.
Like Nader's had his moments where he's looked good, but then when Nader doesn't make shots, he's bad. He's real bad unless he's making shots because the only thing he does is make shots. That's all he can do, right? He doesn't play defense at a high level. He doesn't play defense at a
level.
At any sort of level. He's a terrible defender. He's commits bad fouls left and right. Whatever. He's just not a very good player. Like he has his moments where he scores. Whatever. Diallo hit the rookie wall. He's just not gonna. You can't rely on him to contribute in a meaningful way as the season progresses. As you get into the playoffs, you agree with that, Rob? Markieff Morris playing the 3 a little bit, maybe taking both Patterson's minutes. Who really? It's not like Patterson's been playing 20 backup minutes a game. He's been playing 7 to 12 or something like that. So maybe he eats into that and a little bit of that backup wing position, that backup Paul George spot.
I don't know. It would worry me a little bit, especially having Morris and Patterson on the floor together. Yeah. Like if he's gonna run backup 3 and you're gonna have Patterson out there as well, that like worries me a little bit. Like
I agree.
Especially defensively, but also those two guys are not shooting the ball well. Like I don't know, maybe they'll get it figured out. But
are you talking about Morris and Patterson?
Yeah. Like Morris is shooting, 33% on the season from 3, and so
which is about what he's at for his career. I think around 34. I think for his career,
33.
Yeah. So, but that's a concern to me is how. What does that do to you offensively? Because at least with Nader, he is somebody that can take the ball or can drive with the ball.
He definitely will do that.
Maybe to a fault at sometimes, but there is the possibility there. There's just a lot more responsibility on Schroeder if you're gonna run Morris at the 3. Like it's gonna be a lot more hard.
It does give him another weapon, and I think that regardless of his percentages, which they're not wowing, they're not crazy good. He's a threat. He's been a threat at times in his career where you're like, I don't know, when you play against Markieff Morris, you recognize him as a good player. Like you're like, okay, you got to worry about him at least when he's out at the 3-point line. Like you said, Rob, putting the ball on the floor a little bit. He has nice strength. He plays hard. He's a tough player. Like he fits in the Thunder system in that way. One thing I was thinking about, this dude's about to get better shots than he's ever seen in his entire career. Yeah. Right? Like so he's shooting 33.8% from 3 over his career. He's about to play with Russell Westbrook and Paul George. And even throwing Steven Adams in there, he's going to get some looks, man. And even Dennis Schroeder, like whoever he's sharing the court with as far as playmakers go, he's going to have some nice options.
Yeah, I just think this provides like a really nice bolster to the bench, like for sure. And I think they're going to probably mix people around like they have been lately, like staggering people and whatnot. But it's just nice. It's going to be nice to have like a solid like NBA player that you're like, yes, he's fine. Like, we don't have to worry about
Veteran, yeah. Been in the league a while. Hungry to win, too. He's never really been on a winning team.
Right.
So
and he wants to be here.
Yeah.
Like, that's a huge thing. He chose to be here.
Right. And I think the Nets were going after him as well. Like, there are teams that probably could have offered him or guaranteed him more playing time than the Thunder could. Now, I think he might even have more opportunity with the Thunder than he could any other team as far as getting more playing time. Because if he does show that he's capable of playing the backup 3, and I think one way that he can play the backup 3 is with Jeremy Grant, because Jeremy Grant could play the backup 3. Then it's kind of like positionless, right? Because Grant's
kind of swap around.
Yeah, Grant's switchable. I mean, he doesn't have to be a 3 or 4 or 5. Like he's just a player. Like he's just out on the court. He'd do whatever you ask him to do. So imagine a front court of Morris, Grant, and Noel.
So much length.
That's so fun.
Switchability, length. Like then you're not really concerned with who's the 3. Like it makes sense.
It doesn't matter really, anyways.
Right, it doesn't matter. But I think it. To your point, if you pair him with Patterson and then a center, that's a little worrisome.
Yeah, it feels scary a little.
They're slow, right?
Yeah.
Well, and at that point it feels clunky. Like it's crazy how Jeremy Grant changes that completely, where it feels like he adds a lot more athleticism, which you absolutely need because Patterson doesn't have that at all.
No.
And so, it almost feels like it would be necessary to have Jeremy Grant out there if you're going to run him. If you're going to put Morris at the 3, it feels like you have to have Jeremy Grant out there.
I'd agree. What in the hell was that?
I don't know.
I think there was an ad on my
It was
computer.
a ghost.
It just
ghost.
exploded.
I think that was me. I like the fact that it's another weapon that they have. Like, because Patterson, I still think can give you something. We haven't really seen it a whole. Like we've seen it in flashes from time to time this season. There's still value that he can add if he gets his shot back. So you add a Markieff Morris, you kind of light that fire under Patrick Patterson's ass. Like, you're going to have to earn these minutes now. You're not just slotted as the backup 4. Like, you absolutely have to compete with this guy who's going to bring it because he wants to win for the first time in his career.
Yeah.
I like him as kind of a different look. You can add something else to this roster that gives you something that you didn't have, but also kind of bolsters what you already have.
Yeah.
I like the fit for those reasons. The dude's 6'10", 250.
Yeah.
That's a big body to throw around, and it's a
You
lot
can
of
even play him at
strength and
center.
physicality.
Yeah, I think you can throw him in there at center. I know
Yeah.
Scott Brooks has been throwing him at center this year a little bit. But I think it's hard to evaluate what he's done this year when he's played for the Wizards.
Yeah.
Like, really, what
Makes
can
it
you
rough.
take away from that? You know, it's the goddamn Wizards. They're a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
and
But
injuries.
I guess, like, then you could, but you could also make the case, like, well, does he contribute to that, right? He was in Phoenix before that, who's always been kind of a dumpster fire. Is he a guy that maybe deserves some blame for some of these locker room issues that the teams he's been on have had? I don't know.
I don't know, but even if he was, I think anybody that comes here, I don't think there's like a possibility
Yeah.
of that going wrong. To
You
me,
would
like I think this group is so like together that
Established,
it's
too.
not gonna affect them. Like they're
Yeah.
just gonna be like, you're not doing that shit here, and it's not.
For the
I
first
just don't.
time,
I don't worry about that ever with this group.
there's an established identity. I think that's a really good point. And you would assume when Presti's meeting with Markieff Morris or whoever, Russell Westbrook is texting Markieff Morris, Paul George is texting, like, they're going to be up front. They're going to
Yeah.
say, hey, this is how it is here. Like, don't come if you don't think you can contribute. If you want to be a part of this, we'd love to have you be a part of this. And it says a lot that he's like, okay, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I want
Exactly. Like it's just so cool again that he chose this place. Like it's awesome when
Mm-hmm.
free agents do that when they had other options.
This has the potential to be a home run signing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It could be not much, but it also could be huge. Like he's a guy that can go out there and pour in 20 if he gets good looks. Like that's big. Patterson can't do that. Like, and to your point, Justin, about Patterson is going to have to earn time. You kind of light a fire under him. I think it's also good to just have a guy like Patterson that maybe doesn't play. Like
Yeah.
he's a. I was gonna say he's a decent NBA player, but I don't know.
Do
I don't
you
know that
believe
he
it,
is.
though?
I don't know
Do
that he
you?
is, but he's a veteran and he can play the game, right? He can play the game. So I think in order to have like a championship contending roster, you need to have a guy like that doesn't play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to have a guy that's good enough to play that doesn't play.
Or foul trouble.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
There's no Nick Collison anymore, so you have to fill that role somehow. And, and yeah, no, I mean Patterson.
Hates him.
He's a bright guy. He understands the game. He can't do it at the level that he would like to.
You ever
or we
seen him
would like
rebound?
to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I know because
it's
he
Tried a
doesn't.
couple
He doesn't
times.
do it.
But he at least understands the game to where he can see something and help a younger guy out, or help see something that the coaching staff like just bring it to those guys. Like having a guy that sits there that plays the game, or at least in quotes plays the game. Having that guy to walk out and be like, yeah, this is what I'm seeing. Maybe do this on this guy.
Shooting 40% since January 1st
Pat,
from 3 on a little over 2 attempts per
a
game.
little over 2.
Perfect.
attempts.
That's what you
It's
want.
crazy.
I mean, I agree with Justin. Like, even if you're not going to play him, there's still value there in having a guy
Yep.
that you maybe can count on in spurts. And maybe, he's only playing whatever it was, 15 minutes a game. But, I don't know, maybe sitting down for a bit and kind of only having to pick his spots, maybe that'll help him. It doesn't seem like it would, but who knows?
Yeah, this definitely feels like an upgrade to me. It's going to be interesting to see how they use Morris. Like,
Yeah.
is he going to be a spot-up guy? Are they just going to spot him up and say, stand there, and then when it's past you and you're open, shoot it? Or drive if
Yeah.
the lane's open. Or are they going to like try to dump it down to him and let him go to work?
I feel like he can do that.
Yeah,
though.
he can.
Like, he
That's-
can make his own shot. And like that's one of the nicest parts about this to me is that there's someone else that can do that.
But
Like,
can you bring him in and ask him to do that and try to reshape? I mean, the bench hasn't been very good this year.
Right.
They haven't been outstanding, at least. I mean, they've been okay. They've been better than they were last year and in years prior. They've been great. Like, he's going to help that. But is he a go-to option? I'm curious about this. I'm curious what to expect.
we need refills, boys.
Yeah, refills. How many minutes do we expect? Speaking of things to expect from Morris, like out of the gate, and then maybe looking ahead to the end of the season, postseason. What do you expect from him? per night.
Numbers guy.
Minutes.
I would say
Ian.
like I would.
G7 minutes.
I don't think he's gonna get a lot of minutes at the 3 like you guys do. I just don't.
I agree. I
don't
don't,
see
but
it
I think that
happening.
it's an option. I think
Okay.
it's an option. Because I think this is a way that you can eliminate Nader and Diallo completely from the rotation. And I think that that's what they want to do. You don't want to have to play those guys.
Yeah, especially not in the playoffs, like
Right.
kind of what you're alluding to
Right.
there. But I would feel comfortable with like say 20 minutes,
Ooh,
like
that's higher than
18
I
to
thought.
20 minutes.
I like
Interesting.
it. I'm for it.
So does he eat into Grant's minutes a little bit?
I don't think he eats into Grant's minutes. What makes me a little sad is maybe he eats
Nerlens?
into Nerlens a
Oh.
little bit. Just
Nerlens
a little
was
bit. I
having
could
such
see
a
it
good
happening.
time.
Even though he's been playing really well. But there's still you can still, I think, run him at the 5 and get by in spurts with that.
You don't feel like the team loses their identity a little too much by doing that?
I don't want that to happen.
Right.
I just could see the possibility that that's potential there.
You think
Like,
Bill's going to do it?
I don't know what Billy Donovan's going to do, obviously. Like I thought this season would look a little bit different with the rotation of Adams and Noel. So I don't know, but I do
Finally got
think
your wish
I do think that he's going to get you have to play him at minimum. I would say he was going to get like 17 minutes a game. So I don't think 20 is that far off. I mean, Patterson's getting whatever it is, 15 minutes a game. And so, yeah.
Is that what Patterson's at? 15 a game?
I don't know. I
Sounds
probably should have
high.
looked that up.
Just
Just
throwing numbers out.
14.7 for the
Okay.
season.
real close.
Wow, that's higher than I thought.
So, yeah, I
Interesting.
mean,
Because that's kind of what I was going to... Honestly, my gut for Morris, I'm thinking 15 a night. 15, 16 minutes a night is what I feel like we can expect from him.
do you
Because
think they promised him more than that?
I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that they did because where are those minutes coming from? Because like you said, Patterson's playing 14.7 a night, and that's a little inflated by the last couple games, right, where he
Yeah.
started. So, I mean, obviously
Wow.
there's a bigger sample size, so it's not
Yeah.
going to do that much to it. So whatever. Say he's averaging 14 aside from those games where he started. You can promise him those minutes, I'm thinking, if you're the Thunder's front office, and then you can promise him those backup minutes at the 3, which you're talking 6, 7, 8 minutes. So that's those 20 minutes that you're talking about, Rob. And
Yeah.
what's Nerlens at for the season? I mean, what's he averaging, like 14 minutes a game, probably somewhere around
15 and a half.
there? And he's had a couple games in there where he's played, like last game against the Pelicans, played a lot of minutes. Games where Adams has been out, he's played a lot of minutes.
I mean, yeah. You're talking whatever, however many games. Like, it's not going to affect it that much.
I'd be surprised if he eats into Nerlens minutes. I hope
That
not.
would be a bummer.
At minimum, I think you have to give it. I shouldn't say that because I thought you had to give at least Adams and Nerlens a look, and
They
that just didn't happen.
took
Except
till
last
yesterday.
game, yeah.
It just didn't happen, and so like I feel like at minimum, I want to see it where you do use Morris at the 5 a little bit. You could have Grant at the 4, and especially like what happens if Dre does come back. Like I think even there, you could really do it whenever you have Robertson,
That's true.
who's able to really defend, and so. Like I think that there's spots where you could, especially if he's hitting threes. Like if he comes in and is able to hit threes, which, like the season before, Morris was shooting just under 37% from 3 from last season. So I mean, like if he can find that and hit shots consistently,
Which
like,
I
you could
truly
use him
believe he's
there.
going to get better shots than he's ever had in his career. He's going to. He's just got to knock them down.
Yeah.
What about this lineup? Because this goes right along with what we're talking about here. You could say Morris is playing the center. You could say Grant's playing the center. It doesn't matter, right? They're the front court here. Russ, Ferguson, Paul George, your normal starters there.
I like that.
Grant and Morris. Does that work?
That's
Yep.
what I was saying.
I'm into it.
That's part
I'm
of
into it.
Using him at the 5, not against. You're limited on when you can use that.
You're not,
It's
you're not,
only-
you're
and
not
we're
going
all-
against DeAndre Jordan and be like,
Clint Capella is.
Roll
You're
his
not
ass
gonna
out
do
there.
that against Houston against Clint Capella.
Right.
Like that's just he's gonna get torched. But I mean, definitely there's situations where at least I just want to see it.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's gonna work. Just like I don't know that Adams and Nerlens was gonna work. I just want to see it. I wanna
You
see
think
how
about
it
the
looks.
speed, shooting ability. That's like it's crazy that we can talk about shooting ability now because of the rise of Ferguson. Like just him being in a lineup is like, okay, there's some shooting in this lineup now.
it's pretty nice.
2 months ago, we'd have never said that. Like it's crazy.
He's up to 38% on the year from 3.
Okay, what about this one?
Ooh.
Schroeder, Paul George,
I like
Morris, Grant, and Noel. Is that too big? Can you work that with a Morris, Grant, Noel combo like that?
I think we're gonna see that this year. Like that one seems.
I like that.
We may not see him at the 5, but like that one seems like it's going to happen.
But when you think about Paul George, Morris, and Noel, they aren't exactly the fastest playing players, right?
No.
They're not going to push the pace.
Yeah.
Paul George has gotten better about it, I think.
But the length makes up for, as you see with Nerlens, he'll let you go around him because he knows that he can still catch up to you and hit the ball. Yeah.
Yeah, or steal it.
That's the best.
It
Yeah,
is
he'll
so
just
good.
take it right from you. He's real good, guys. Real good.
I like him.
The thing about Nerlens,
Yeah.
not to get too off topic here, too off track, he has moments, though, where he loses it. He's out of it completely. And you're like, what? Where are you?
Yeah.
Like, are you just not thinking about playing right now? You look terrible.
Yeah.
But it's few and far between with him. Like, he doesn't do it very often, but he does have his moments where you're like, okay.
You forgot how to basketball.
Yeah.
Well, there's obviously something there. Like, you just don't struggle in Dallas. And Rick Carlisle won't let you get on the court and have that, and then you have to come here for the backup. Like, there's something there, and
Yeah.
maybe that's just part of it.
Should we do some reckless speculation?
Yes.
Oh, I like that. It's my favorite thing to do.
It is interesting what it might be. I mean, the only thing you can think of is like work ethic or something like that.
Or lack of confidence. Like, maybe he just gets in his own head at times, and especially when
seem
you're
confident
playing.
pulling up for them elbow jumpers lately, huh?
Yeah, but
This would have been a good spot for Rob Sizzler.
Oh.
there you go. Oh, God.
I thought we were.
You're so good at that.
Yeehaw, boys! Thunder still need a wing? Or does Morris help cover it up enough? Because now you're sitting at 13 contracts, right? Is that right? 13.
Yeah.
Because they were 12 after they let Alex
right.
Abrines go, which we'll get into that a little bit. So we're sitting at 13. Feels like Burton is going to get a contract because are you really going to go sign 2 guys? Like, it doesn't feel like
I think
that.
Burton's got a spot once his 45 days are up or whatever.
So another wing? You think they go out there and try to get it done?
That'd be cool. It'd be real nice.
I got a list of guys.
Let's
that-
hear them. Tell
that
me
could be
about him.
potential buyout guys. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Number 1, J.R. Smith.
Bring him in.
Yay or nay?
I'm a nay.
We haven't heard anything about J.R. Smith in so long. He's just
He
sitting
wore
there
a hat that said "Daddy" on it.
raking up the money.
Yeah.
Racking
game.
it up? Racking or raking?
Racking.
He's
Raking
raking,
it in.
He's raking
racking
it
it
in
up.
and racking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how that
Well,
works.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So no on J.R. Smith?
Man, I have such a hard time
J.R.
with it because-
Smith and Markieff Morris on the same team seems like a total.
Yeah,
Just-
that seems like what's going on in LA right now, where you put JaVale McGee, Rajon Rondo,
Michael
Lance
Beasley.
Stevenson, and Michael Beasley in the same locker
Yeah.
room.
But then
Yeah.
we can get some of those gifs. Just
Yeah.
what?
I forgot you were a GIF guy.
Oh, you say
Oh,
GIF?
God
I'm a
damn
GIF
it!
guy.
Let's not
No,
even
no.
get
I
into
agree.
that.
I agree. I'm a gift guy. Yeah.
I think I go back and forth.
Yeah,
I don't think
you flip flop.
I don't, like,
Pull
I
to
just
me.
I'm at the point where like I love where this locker room's at. I love the.
Thought we were still on
I
the
thought
GIFs.
you were about to just go. I thought you were going to go hard into Jim.
I'm
like,
so
oh, please
happy
don't.
with how this team seems to rally around each other. I'm just a little worried that JR throws a wrench in that.
Yeah.
Like just the
throws
well-oiled
a bowl of
machine.
soup in it.
Yeah.
Tie someone's shoes together.
Dude, can you imagine
Maybe
if he
smoke-
threw a bowl of soup at
Anyone?
Mo Cheeks?
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, that would not go. I think we're all in agreement here.
It's amazing that he threw a bowl of soup at the person.
Honest,
Yeah. And it was reportedly broccoli cheddar, I believe.
if this
Or was
was
it French onion? Now I'm questioning myself.
Oh, you
French
gotta
onion
see.
sounds right.
This is important.
If this is 2K, definitely do it. But this is real life,
Yeah.
and I just don't think it works as well.
They're not
as
the
it-
same.
He's a little too much of a gunslinger, in my opinion, to add to this roster.
Yeah, we already got a couple of those.
I think there's an outside chance of Bazemore being bought out, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it. They seem like they got an actually pretty good thing going in Atlanta right now. They've had their moments where they played well. He's got a player option next year. That's a lot of money to buy him out. I don't see that happening. And even if it did happen, he probably chooses Houston. That seems like a more suitable place for him. What you got over there?
No, I haven't found it, but people were speculating before. and-
Terrence Ross. I
like that.
I don't know
I don't
why-
think they're going to get rid of him.
Yeah, I don't know why they would. I mean, he's in the last year of his contract. Why wouldn't they have just traded him?
Yeah. I think if they were going to do anything there, that would have happened.
Right. Trevor Ariza, same thing, right? Except the Wizards, I don't put anything past them. They,
Yeah, that's you don't know.
yeah, we don't know what's going to happen there.
Here's my Trevor Ariza. I feel like if he gets bought out, he is just going straight back to Houston.
Or LA.
Yeah.
Well, and also I saw someone, I don't know if it was Zach Lowe or someone was saying that the Wizards and Ariza are both like have each other in each other's future.
Yeah.
Yeah,
However you
that's
say
what
that.
they said.
Why?
I mean, I don't know if that's
wasn't
what
the
they
wording,
said,
'cause that
but
would've been
he
weird.
got the idea across.
they have each other
In each other's
They
future. I
wanna
love
be-
using the same
Yeah.
phrase.
That sounds like a bad Valentine's Day thing.
Yeah, that's so bad.
He fit that on like a little heart.
Yeah, they thought about each other romantically.
Those chalky, shitty hearts.
Courtney Lee, but next year is guaranteed in Dallas. I kind of forgot that he went to Dallas.
I
in
forgot that
trade.
he was still.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know why they'd buy him out unless they just could reach a deal and he really wanted to go join a contender and they wanted to save money. Avery Bradley, the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies have multiple names here that I think there's a good chance at least one or two of them get bought out. Avery Bradley's one of them. Yay or nay on Avery Bradley because there's a good shot here.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not-
Yeah.
Thrilling, but it's something. It's better
Yeah,
than what we're
I
at.
don't think I'd have high hopes, but I don't think it's risky. I think
Yeah, I mean, if he gets bought out, you can bring him in for cheap. Sure.
The
He
good
plays
thing,
defense.
at the end of the day, you're bringing in a guy to be 15 of 15. Like, if it doesn't really work, now, like I said, JR would still be a locker room distraction, but a guy like Avery Bradley, like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Oh,
Sit
well,
his
you,
ass on the
you didn't
bench.
lose anything. You're not going to play 15 guys in the playoffs anyways. So if it works out, that's great.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, oh, well.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like what Rob talked about earlier, foul trouble. Like if that
Yeah.
happens, he's always there, and he's a veteran that would be capable of playing extra minutes if you need him to. So let me do this instead of just going through this because the last three names I have are Grizzlies. Avery Bradley. They have Justin Holiday, who they traded for. He's making like $4.5 million. It doesn't really make a ton of sense to buy someone like that out unless he just really wants out.
Don't they just need people to play on their team
That's
at
true.
this point?
That's
Like,
also a factor.
seems like a disaster for them to.
CJ Miles, who has a player option next year, did not realize he was a Grizzly.
Yep.
I guess he was involved in that Mark Gasol trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of those three, if you could get one,
I
who
like
you taking?
Siege.
CJ Miles.
Siege would be nice.
Interesting. I feel like the idea of CJ Miles is better than the actual
That's true.
product.
No, that's exactly correct.
He just catches the ball and throws it at the rim.
Mhm.
Sometimes it goes in.
But
He'd
then
be different though,
sometimes
rather
they're
than
nice.
like the same of Avery Bradley. Like
Yeah.
that would feel more of the same, where you're going to get more defense than
Right.
you are offense. At least like Miles would be a little bit different.
Do you think with this spot though that the Thunder are going to be looking for something different?
I hope so.
instead of like someone to just.
Sam loves
Kind of
defense.
forward-
I don't know if you
Does
knew.
love
He
He
defense.
does.
loves it.
But I mean, I can understand the logic in wanting to add a wing in this particular spot that's not going to necessarily get a whole bunch of minutes. That's just going to fortify your what you already have in place. Like
Right.
it's going to just strengthen it instead of, hey, let's bring in something completely new. And when
And
he
now
put
for something completely different.
right, so that's where I think everybody actually does make sense.
Well, unless, yeah. I mean, but you also could get value there if, like, I think it also depends on how much they think Robertson's coming back, too. Because,
he
like,
ain't
if you
coming
can.
back, right? He's
Oh,
not coming back.
I
right?
don't know. I still
This year?
hold out hope.
They
Billy's
said he's not even
hopeful.
playing basketball.
Yeah, not yet. Not
Yeah.
yet. He's getting there.
It's what month is it? February.
It is February.
Good.
It's
All month long.
yeah,
February.
it's true. That's and then it's March.
Facts on this
Yeah.
part.
March and then
Well, after,
April comes after.
yeah, and there's only a couple games in April. So
Not a lot of time for him.
yeah, I know. And even if he does come back, like, is he gonna have enough time to get involved and be able to play?
I just
feels
think
like a,
if the Thunder believe that the chances are good that he could come back, why I don't want Avery Bradley, I guess is what I'm saying.
Oh.
If you think that there's a chance that he's coming back off of the bench, I mean Robertson coming back and playing off of the bench just to get comfortable.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying he's starting and getting back to 100%. Nowhere.
Right.
I think we all believe that's not happening this year.
Right.
If he comes back, it's minute restriction the whole time, and he's going to be most likely coming off the bench. And at that point, I don't want Avery Bradley. I'd rather have CJ Miles, who you could throw in there and
I
he
agree.
could shoot the ball 3 times and make it.
I agree with
I like that.
I think I'm just very skeptical of the fact that Robertson can even come back in that capacity.
Probably true.
It's sad. I hope
It is.
and on one hand, I'd almost rather him just get healthy.
Just get better, man.
Get to a
man,
point
but
where you
what
can.
would it look like, though?
I know.
That'd be
this
sick.
year.
I know. Hey, but the core of this team is pretty much back next year, right?
Yeah.
Probably not Nerlens, though.
Yeah, probably not
That's
Nerlens.
sad.
Yeah, that's the bummer.
It's going to be a bummer.
No Keefe.
And you're talking about
No Abrines.
you're talking about next year where the Warriors project might be effectively over. And I mean, if that happens and you've got all these returning pieces, all of a sudden the door's wide open and you just became one of the best title contenders.
Except for Kevin Durant
True.
went to the
In the
goddamn
NBA.
Lakers.
That's true.
No, he went to the Knicks.
He better go to the freaking Knicks.
He's going to the
Knicks have won 4 home games this year.
Are you
Haven't
kidding
they
me?
lost?
You
Have they
kidding me?
lost a record number in a row, like 17?
Is
or
that a real
18
number that
years?
you
They
just
had-
said, or is that a
yeah.
fake stat?
They've won. That's a real stat. I saw it earlier.
Oh, so we're playing real stat face stat right
yeah,
now?
real stat. Fake stat.
They had a list of the teams that won at Madison Square Garden.
It was all of them.
It was like in between the last time the Knicks won and then they finally won another home game recently.
Yeah.
It was a crap load of teams, including like OU won there.
Oh,
OU basketball won there.
Oh,
Like, yeah, there were so many different teams. The Thunder won, like just a bunch of teams that just won
not the
before,
Knicks.
but
No,
not
the
the
Knicks.
Knicks.
Yeah.
Everybody but the people who are here all
New
the
York
time.
Liberty
Well,
probably
the
won
Rangers.
there.
Well, yeah, yeah.
so many times.
They had
Yeah.
a ton of wins there.
Of course they did. They're the best.
Not a ton.
Love
They're-
them.
They're not that great.
So
Favorite hockey team for me.
are we all? Burton's getting a contract. It's happening.
Yes, that's
He
correct.
has to, right?
Feels like he should.
He should.
Yeah.
Scored 18 the other night on that alone.
That
There
was
you go,
awesome.
bud.
That was awesome.
Like confident in his shot.
Yeah.
And
What animal
big ol'
does he
boy.
look like the most? I think he looks
wasn't
like a
expecting that.
bulldog.
yeah.
I just
He's
go
got
with
that big chin on him, man. A jaw that's
Yeah.
just giant. Like
Yeah.
he looks like a English bulldog.
Yeah.
And
He can
Julius
breathe.
Randle
He
looks
can-
like a French bulldog.
I don't know the difference.
That's yeah.
Like if we did
Yeah, you're-
what
you're right.
players look like dogs.
Yeah.
What breeds?
You calling Pumbaa?
It looks like
He meant
Pumbaa.
from Timon and
Pumbaa.
Pumbaa. He's,
Yeah.
Go see this.
he's a warthog.
Like a warthog.
Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty
When
good.
I
Yeah.
was a young warthog.
He does look like Pumbaa.
Yeah, I like it.
Just
Well
whatever
done.
whatever you have that's extremely solid, like everywhere, just
Yeah.
solid. That's who
Damn
he is.
concrete wall to me.
Oh yeah. Imagine trying to move Deontay Burton.
No.
Put him on the
Good.
border, you know.
Man, he's
Is that
Whoa.
okay,
Whoa.
is that not? Are we not? Is that
no political.
Not
cue
approved.
button.
Okay. Not
all right,
approved.
all right. That's how we learn.
It took a second for that to land on me. That was good.
I meant Canadian border.
Oh
Jeez.
yeah, yeah. You gotta
Come
protect
on.
it. You gotta protect it.
God damn it.
Let's talk a little bit about Alex Abrines because this is a weird situation.
Can we just real quick? Can
Yeah,
we all
let's do it. It hurts me because I have so much.
Okay, I guess.
all that facial hair?
Yeah, I have a
hurts.
whole lot of facial hair. So. Okay. This is a strange thing, right? This is weird. I don't think it's responsible to speculate, but that's exactly.
Let's be irresponsible
Yeah,
because we can be.
No, but this is a massive failure by the Thunder organization, giving this guy that 3-year contract. And I know that's an insensitive thing to say because we don't know what's going on with him. And so I'm strictly looking at this. I want to put that out there. I'm strictly looking at it from a business perspective here. I'm not looking at it from personal.
No emotions are involved.
No
This
emotions.
is just business.
Just
Strictly business.
Okay, so don't get mad at me. But
I'm already pissed
It's
off.
a huge failure. I mean, it's not Kyle Singular level, but it's close. Like, it's close. Abrines scratched the surface of actually being a player that can really contribute to this team, but never actually became that.
Yeah.
And he made a lot of money. Like, he made $15 million.
Yeah.
That's a 3-year guaranteed money that the Thunder could have put somewhere else. They could have put in a real player.
Right.
And that's
I just think this is one of those things that you could have never foreseen, whatever it
No,
is.
definitely
like,
not.
So it doesn't like
but it's also
just like putting trust in a play because he did show like progress. Like he did
and then,
evolve a little,
and then he just regressed every single
shit the
time he
bed.
did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean,
you're
you
right.
gotta kind of like hope that it's gonna get over it, and I guess.
Yeah, you're completely right that you can't foresee that, and the Thunder are an organization that takes chances on guys. They invest in people, and I actually appreciate that, and I really like that about them. However, it's also
Stop.
it's not their job to foresee these situations, but they do have to be accountable for mistakes that they make, and this is a mistake, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this was a mistake giving this guy from Europe who never became NBA ready for a prolonged period of time a contract like that.
It's a good learning situation, I think, just especially, I think a lot of it psychological, mental, like evaluations of players. I think it gives the front office kind of a better idea of things to look for. Just maybe, no, I don't want to say red flags because I don't want to demonize the guy.
And also,
but,
we
like,
have no idea what happened.
just
Yeah, that's what's so weird.
Well, but
too.
you know it's not good.
yeah.
Well, that's not great.
It'd be weird if it was good. Like
Like,
I'm
you
opening
know-
a theme park back home.
Or just, well, I didn't mean not good, but I mean like it's very bad. Like it's not just,
Right.
He's not
Abrines
homesick.
Adventures.
Like he's not just I want to go back to Spain and play. Like it's not that.
No,
it's something
he's on drugs.
significant. It's something significant. I don't know. He's on drugs. I thought we weren't speculating.
No, we're dangerously
Can't
speculating.
help it.
Okay.
Like that's the thing. It's none of our business to know what's actually going on, but I can't help
I
it.
wanna know.
I want to know, and it's like
I'm
I
gonna
don't
find
deserve
it.
to know. We shouldn't know.
No.
It has no responsibility to tell us what's happening. But goddamn, I'd
But
like
do
to know.
it.
Yeah.
You know what? Why not
Is
do
it the
No,
theme
but
park?
what?
It's the theme park. I think that's 90%.
Honestly,
Just
though,
think
what
about it.
is it though? What is it, honestly?
So it's either he's really sick, possibly.
Which
Or
I don't
he's
think
opening
it's
Here
a
we
theme
go
park.
with the.
I don't
second-
think it's that.
It's-
It's just for the record.
Something's wrong with him.
He
He came back and played 2 games randomly, and then nope.
Well, he
No
also
NBA.
practiced. He showed up during the day of the game, and then they sent him away as well.
Yeah.
Like there was
because he was
He's
high on the
addicted
drugs.
to
he was
painkillers, man.
drunk.
That's what
He
I've been
was
saying.
Too many merms. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
I don't blame him there. These are delicious.
So good.
So he gave back part of his salary, right?
Yeah.
And like
He's a good
that's-
guy.
Yeah.
He added himself
Great
to
guy.
the great guy Hall of Fame.
He's on there. Him and
Him, Mello, and Pat.
Patterson's up there now.
Yeah, he's earned his space.
Patterson's got one hand climbing the rest of his body up there.
a lot of work.
Not gonna make
I,
it.
I think Patterson's still just in the good guy realm. He's not
Yeah,
a great
he
guy
hasn't made it
yet.
to the
He's
great.
still good guy.
Okay.
And he gives people
Fair.
free movies. So.
I feel like you've had this thought that we've just constantly cut you off for the past 7 minutes.
I mean a little bit. I think the front office can take this and look at the way they evaluate players, not just on a physical talent level, but on just multi-step process of finding out as much as you can about this player.
Yeah.
Just kind of cover your own bases when you're trying to take a guy that is you're going to take a flyer on a guy. That's exactly what they did, and it looked like it was going to work out, and it didn't. So let's take a step back as an organization, find out what we can do better when we look at these guys and try and bring them in.
And it was just a risk that they took, and you can appreciate that, right? They thought that, hey, maybe we got a diamond in the rough here. Maybe we got something that no one else has really caught on to.
Scared money don't make none.
Right, that's it. That's what it was, and it didn't work out. So
I'm
it's
a
just-
big Tribe Called Quest fan.
The thing that is a
Just keep
bummer
playing him
about
while
it.
he talks.
The thing that's a bummer about it is this kind of caps off a period where it wasn't Presti's best.
Right.
Yeah,
Obviously he did awesome with Paul George. That's amazing. Like it
pretty much
trumps
seals him up for the rest of time.
right. It trumps everything else, and we love Presti around here. He's amazing. He's great at his job, and you're not gonna bat 1,000. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're gonna miss. But when you think about the Singler thing, you think about the Abrines thing, you think about the drafts that he had, which now Ferguson's starting to look like, hey, that's some really good value. You got
Yeah.
the 21st spot, whatever. That's just the bummer about it, because if it would have been a player that had some value in a restricted free agent situation like Abrines is,
Right.
man, you bring that player back and he can contribute to the team for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
And instead, this guy's gone. He's gone for good, and you got nothing for him. Should have traded him without telling anyone what was. Oh no, he's fine.
No, he's just personal matters. So, you want him? You good?
That's the thing, is we had so many people tweeting at us in the past couple of weeks. Trade Abrines right before the deadline. I'm like, who wants him?
Yeah, no one's
Who would
taking
trade
that guy.
for Abrines?
Yeah.
You remember when Pau Gasol visited Oklahoma City during his free agency and then said he wouldn't sign with Oklahoma
Yeah, 'cause
City
we didn't have enough
because
theaters.
our opera scene wasn't very good.
Hated the Civic Center.
What a
Yeah,
loser.
I've been there a lot. It's nice.
Maybe it's
nice.
Maybe
pal.
it's something about maybe
Your
it's
fucking
something
name is
with-
Pow.
Is it Pow? You say Pow?
Pow.
Paw?
Pow.
Paw.
I thought it was Paw.
Yeah,
I
it
say- I
is.
say
It's some combination
Pau
of
Gasol?
you
I say Pau
two.
Gasol.
I think it's like GIF and
Pau
GIF.
Gasol, yeah.
Paw.
I don't say just the first name. I have to say his last name with it.
It sounds
so
like
that
one
way
word.
you can't
Sometimes it's Pau
tell.
Gasol.
You can't tell what I said.
fall
Yeah, you
into it.
can't dissect it.
By the
Yeah.
way,
That's it.
according to Basketball Reference, it is Pau
Pau.
Gasol.
Huh?
It is Pau Gasol.
Pow?
Pau. P-O-W. Pau.
Hell no.
glad-
Like
That's
Mario.
B-ball ref, bro.
Like Mario.
God.
Them's the truths.
Been saying it wrong
I love
this
the
whole
last
time.
episode of our show. It's just us talking about Pau Gasol for 47
Now we've
minutes.
said it so many times, none of it sounds
Pow. Pow right in the kisser.
I say it the most American way possible. Pow.
Pow
Gasol.
Gasol.
Whenever you type Gasol in the iPhone, it
Gasoline.
gasoline
Every
every
time.
time.
That trade annoyed me because of that.
that dad gasoline guy. Paul Gasol.
Pow gas.
Paul Gasoline.
All right, let's move on.
Yes, please.
We do wish Abrines well. I don't mean to be so harsh on the situation. Whatever. I hope it works out for him, and I hope things are well.
Yeah.
The Thunder. Let's talk about them as a team and how they've been doing. Obviously, you drop a bad one the other night versus the Pelicans on the road. AD leaves mid-game, leaves the entire arena.
Yeah, he didn't
Pisses everyone off. Gets his GM fired.
Then goes and tells the world today that every other team is on his list except for the Pelicans.
All
actually,
29.
Turns out it was a really long ass list.
So it's weird. This is a weird situation. Whatever, though. Thunder are still winners of the 11 of the last 13 games. But the weird thing here is they've been doing it in a totally different way.
So strange.
It's a complete identity flip. I got some numbers for you. They're doing it on the offensive end, number one. So
everything we thought they were, they aren't.
yes, and everything they aren't, they are.
Yes.
And when they aren't, they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
They is.
So over the last 13 games, 116.8 offensive rating, which is third over that same span. 109.4 defensive rating, which is 13th, which is actually better than I thought when I was looking at these numbers. I thought it was going to be worse.
It's encouraging.
41.9% from three, second in the league over that same span.
We thought we couldn't shoot. We could shoot.
Now compare this to all games prior to these last 13. A 108.5 offensive rating, so that's 8 points worse. So the Thunder have gotten 8 points better in some change, actually. 8 points and some change per 100 possessions better than they were before. But they were 18th coming into this stretch. 104.0 defensive rating, which is second in the league. So they've gotten 5 points worse on defense. But hey,
that's an overall positive.
Plus 8.5 on offense, minus 5 on defense. Mm-hmm. It's better overall. 33.1% from three is what they were coming into this 13-game stretch, which was last in the league.
Last.
And now all of a sudden, hey,
we all right.
They shoot well.
Now, like composite season, they're 11th now? They went from last to 11th just in a 13-game stretch.
It's incredible.
That's pretty crazy. Really, really crazy. So what do we do here? What do we do with this information?
We shoot the ball. Sounds like.
I like it.
Is there an identity change here with this team? Is that valid, or is this as simple as Paul George has been scorching the earth lately? Terrence Ferguson has come out and showed out. Is that all this is, or is this something that we can expect to even out? Defense is going to get back up to what we're used to, maybe not quite the level that we're used to, and the offense is going to dip a little bit. What do you guys expect here?
Yeah, I expect it to even out. I mean, look at last year after the All-Star break, like kind of things came back to normal. Like they had a really good stretch, and then things kind of came back to normal, especially with Paul George. I'm not saying a precipitous drop-off like what we saw last year.
I'm just happy he's not in the three-point contest.
I'm just saying, like, I think you've got these ebbs and flows. Like right now, the offense is hitting on all cylinders. When your offense is hitting on all cylinders, you start to focus on that more. You start to get up and run. You don't pay as much attention on defense because you're like, well, I just hit my last 5 shots. I don't have to lock in. If the guy hits the shot, I'm just going to walk down and hit another three in his face. I think they'll drop. What?
That guy right there?
That guy. He does that a lot.
That guy. I was like, wait,
name's
what?
Paul George. He's pretty good.
No, so yeah, I think they'll regress a little bit offensively, but I don't think they regress all the way to like 15. I think they regress to somewhere around 8 or 9, and I think their defense kind of settles into that 8 or 9, maybe a little bit higher range.
It'd be cool if they were 8 and 8 in both.
8 and 8 would be nice. And the fact that like when you go to the playoffs, that defense that we saw that was ranked second in the NBA, I think that comes back.
Yeah, they definitely have the ability for it to come back. Mm-hmm. And I think that they're still fourth in defense overall for the season. Third. They're third defensively for the season. So they're still up there. You know, that hasn't dropped a ton. In an offense, they're up to 13th overall. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think
4 and 8. How about that? Like defense 4, like stay around 4, and then offense get
I
up
like
to 8.
That a lot.
I think that makes more sense. Sorry, I was speaking
a whole bunch.
I was looking at the wrong number. Yeah, 4 and 8 defense, offense. I think that's completely plausible.
It's called the championship right there.
Do you think because lately?
Is that too high of a goal? Just championship?
No, it's fine.
I will say Ryan B.
Yeah,
first one to notice Manny.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's up here, y'all.
Yeah, he caught it.
I was scared I was going to pull him down.
Said it was a nice subtle touch for the final show.
Thank you. He had to be a part of it. He's so wasted though. Look at him.
He is.
He's
been on a bender.
Too many merms.
Ever since he heard the Alex Abrines news.
Yeah. He went out with it. We don't know. No speculation. I get it. No speculation.
We haven't done any.
It's called heroin, guys. Stay off of it.
Oh, wow.
Right.
And once we find out that's what it is, it's going to be like, oh, no.
Well, we called it.
Called
it.
We take credit. Just so y'all know, we called it back on this. Here's the link.
Give everybody my PayPal.
Catch it. What? You just hope they send you money,
get money for
the correct prediction?
Hey, just saying, El Chapo was just convicted. So El Chapo, the
I don't
leader
read
of
the news.
the leader of the Sinaloa cartel. So maybe Abrines has gone down to Mexico. He's a cartel leader.
This
We
feels
are
racist.
getting
I don't
deep.
know.
Yeah.
Too far. Does this, what we're seeing from the Thunder lately, really good offense, not so good defense, slacking there. And all the while, the team is kind of going away from Adams. They're doing less of establishing Adams early in games. They're doing less getting him involved throughout games. And I don't know what to say about this completely. Like, I think it's probably a two-way street here. I think it's a little bit of Paul George just being on fire. Like, when you can pull it from three and drain it in anyone's face, why not just do that?
You do it every time.
Yeah, why not just do that? You don't need to dump it down to Adams and watch him
Do all this work.
Yeah, fearless, or I'm not fearless, the opposite of fearless, dribble in fear into a hook shot, or just take the three-pointer that you're going
Get
to
more
make.
points, and it's going in.
But you can't ignore it. I mean, the team's gone away from Adams a little bit, and at the same time, Adams his numbers are really dwindling here. You know, ever since
He's getting tired, man.
it feels like he is getting tired, right? And ever since he was at his peak of all-star candidacy, where it was like, he might have a chance. He really might have a chance. Since then, it's kind of really just...
You think he got bummed because he didn't get picked?
No.
Just really ruined his confidence. Took him
do
down
not.
a peg.
But his last 4 games, 4 points, 5 rebounds, 9 points, 1 rebound, 6 points, 9 rebounds, and 11.6 rebounds. That's his last 4 games. Those are all statistics that are below his season averages in each category. Last game in particular, you know, when you're playing the Pelicans and his matchup is Jahlil Okafor and he's not completely dominating that matchup, I'm a little worried about that. And is this something that is just by virtue of the Thunder's style right now, the way they're playing basketball, or is he really worn out? Do you guys feel like he needs this break and he's going to come back refreshed?
100% it feels like that's what it is. Just looking at him on the court,
Just
not
was-
knowing anything, like we haven't actually talked to him yet, I'll say yet.
Yeah.
But just looking at him
Call
email.
schedule
playing
later.
in the basketball games,
Steven.
like if it's at
Adams.com.
Steven.Adam. But I feel like
Adam
just
gets it.
watching him run up and down the court, it just doesn't look right. Doesn't look like him.
Yeah.
I mean, in that Portland game, he was limping every time he walked. Like, I was just like, he doesn't look like he can even walk very well.
There's no way when he retires, he just needs to like permanently sit in a wheelchair just for the rest of his life because his ankles are messed up, man.
Yeah.
It seems like every other game, someone's putting their foot right under his, and he's just like bone to floor every single time. I'm like, but what does he do? He just kind of like looks at it, walks to the bench, walks to the tunnel, then walks back out and like checks back in the game.
He
Like
has that
10 minutes later, 5
magical
minutes later.
bicycle that he rides in the tunnel and fixes his ailments.
Yeah.
But I agree. He's tired, and I've been saying this so often in the past couple of years we've been doing this podcast, is that by the end of seasons, he always feels like he gets really tired, like he's exhausted, and just the Thunder run him into the ground, it feels like sometimes. And this felt like a year coming in that they didn't need to do that. You have Nerlens Noel. You don't need to do that. You don't need to run Steven Adams in the ground. Yeah, he's an awesome player, and you want him on the court as much as possible. But hey, you also got one of the best backup centers in the entire league. Give the man a break
Right.
a little bit, especially when you're playing the type of basketball that you're playing right now, which is great on the offensive end, shooting the ball really well. Maybe you don't need him as much.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if that's true. I mean, because it makes you rely on outside shooting so much more, which is working right now. But what
Right.
if that starts to fall? Like, can you
That's true.
do you just throw it down to him and expect him to just be normal? Like, it feels like there needs to still be some involvement.
Totally agree.
Just to keep it regular, just to keep it
Which-
like not doing the same thing all the time.
that's
Right.
where I was gonna. That's where I was
Mix it
going
up a
here.
bit.
Is that I wonder how much of this, what we're seeing from Adams in the past few games, him dipping his production, really dipping, is the fact that they haven't been doing that. They haven't been mixing up and going to. And when they do go to it, you're not seeing that same confidence. You're not seeing that decisiveness that we've seen from him most of the season. Where we're like, he's a legit threat offensively right now. He's not right now. You're dumping it down to him. He's waiting way too long to put the ball on the floor, and then he puts the ball on the floor and he puts it.
And it gets doubled randomly, and he doesn't know how to do anything with it.
And maybe some of it is because the opponent is, it's in the game plan now. It's like, hey, if we let him get going early, we're toast.
Yeah.
Because you are. If you let Adams get going early, you're done.
If you're an opposing center right now and Oklahoma City wins the tip, what are you going to do on that first possession, defensive possession? You're going to front Adams. You're going to make sure he doesn't, because Russ is going to dribble up. He's going to be on the left side of the key. He's going to terribly loft it to Steven Adams.
But he's still going to get it.
The thing. It's the first play
And have to
every
kick it
single
out.
game.
Yeah.
Every single game, it seems like that's the play. They try and force feed it to Adams, and teams have picked up on it like, no, we're not going to let you do that. We're just going to take the ball.
Yeah.
And it's turned into a turnover pretty much the last 5 times I've seen it.
Yeah.
The break's going to serve him well. He
I
needs
think
it.
so.
But
Yeah.
I do want the team to consciously think about his minutes, though. Like,
Yeah,
not run this guy into the ground, because think about your potential first-round matchups. The Rockets, the Jazz. Like, these are teams that you need Steven Adams to be 100% healthy and energetic and ready. And, frankly, to win his matchup or get close to winning it in...
Yeah, he needs to be like 100% healthy. to
Yes.
me. Like, it'd be nice.
Maybe 110.
110%? Bring it.
Yeah.
I think it's enhanced whenever Jeremy Grant's also hurt. Like
Yeah.
not having
That's
Jeremy
a very
Grant
good- that's a good
makes Steven Adams even worse.
You know what's cool about this team, though, that I've thought about in the past week or so? That
It's a loud-ass mess, bud. It's a loud mess.
I think you got a mouse in here, if I'm being honest with you. That wasn't me.
were you trying to do an itch?
Yeah, I was scratching.
scratching through-
But I was going to ask him if he'd get me, but
Those are
I didn't
padded.
know what the rules
It's like a
were.
bulletproof. It's
There's
padded.
no
It's
Well, I ain't
bulletproof.
trying to get shot. What are you talking about?
Just
Oh,
wears
no.
a bulletproof vest.
All right.
What were you
Off
saying?
the rails.
Adams something.
Well, Jeremy Grant.
So with
I
this
did.
team,
yeah.
Jeremy Grant and Schroeder been out the last 2 games. And that first game against the Blazers at home, man, that felt like a tough spot, right? The Thunder were 2-0 against the Blazers. Blazers came off a bad loss the night before where they really blew it in Dallas. Second night of back-to-back, yeah. Blazers looking for revenge on the Thunder because the Thunder have beaten them twice this season. This is an important game to the Blazers. No Grant, no Schroeder. And here's what that tells me, too, is going in that game, it's worrisome to us.
Yeah.
No Grant, no Schroeder. That shows you how many contributors this team has in the first place. Then the Thunder come out and win the game. Wow. That shows you how good this team is. They're able to overcome missing these big pieces to this team and win games like that. I really believe in this team. I really do. I really do. I'm not saying championship. This is a really good team. It's a really good Thunder team.
Well, it's hard to say championship because of what the Warriors
Yeah.
are. But any
But-
other year, it
There
feels
should
like
be a trophy for the next best team.
Yeah.
Like, can we do like a 3rd place consolation bracket?
Yeah, it's
I'd like
the
it.
Eastern Conference Championship trophy.
Hey, 3rd place. I get
The
it.
bad
That's
thing
second.
is, well, no, here's the bad thing is, like, we've gotten to the point where your de facto backup champion is your Western Conference runner-up. And I think it's going to be the same thing. Well, now,
don't know
granted,
about this year.
Milwaukee's really good. Don't get me wrong, but like, if the Thunder are there with the Golden State Warriors, do you legitimately think that the Thunder could beat Milwaukee in a 7-game series? I think yes, and I think they'd win in 6. I think they're definitively better. From top to bottom, I think they're definitively better. So if they get to the Western Conference Finals, they have to go up against the Warriors, and they lose in 7. I think they're the de facto runners-up.
7. Wow.
Oh, dude, I've been drinking the juice. I've been all up on the Thunder sauce
Well,
all season.
God.
I'll tell you who else is drinking that juice, and that's all of the Thunder people because they believe it as well. So.
The NBA, what about this? What if, and this wouldn't be a thing if it weren't for the stupid Warriors, but what about
They're so dumb.
if the teams that lost the conference finals, like, so say the Thunder lost to the Warriors and the Celtics lost to the
Had a
Bucks or whatever.
3rd-place series.
Yeah, or they went and played a series. That'd be kind of cool. You play on the off days of the finals. And
Yeah, but nobody would want to do that, though.
Yeah,
because-
the
Yeah,
players
why would
wouldn't
you?
care. They'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's not for that.
but
thing.
make them.
Oh. Hey, you guys want some
You
extra
have
money?
to.
Yeah.
Do this.
It's
But
for the
they're like,
kids.
I made $40 million this
Yeah.
year.
Don't actually want.
Yeah,
it
how does
anymore.
50 sound, though, bud?
Yeah. I'll take it. Yeah, but the teams would not be cool with that, would they?
No.
Yeah, no. They're
Well,
trying to win that.
there goes
first
that
place.
idea.
Yeah. What a bad idea that was.
It was good until we started to dissect it. And then it was-
Yeah, that's how most ideas go. But, don't know until you try.
The
This
World Cup has a 3rd-place game. Why can't it work in the NBA?
boom.
They get a trophy, though. I guess you could
Just make a trophy.
Give him a trophy.
Oh, that's what everybody wanted?
We back.
That's all we've ever wanted. That's all anyone has ever wanted is just a trophy.
Who would they name that
They
one
get a banner
after?
too? In the rafters?
Like you got the Naismith. Who
Third place. Well, second place would be Kevin Durant, right? He's just always second
Oh
place.
wow.
Uh,
We're saying who the other trophy would be named after.
Not Kevin Durant.
No,
He's a bitch.
we'll revisit this.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, on the next. Okay.
I want to look at the season as a whole before we keep going. As we keep going, I want to do this before we keep going.
Everything stops.
37-20 heading into the break. Third in the West. Got a 3-game lead over fourth place Blazers on a 53-win pace for the season.
That's what I called before the season. But
Is
they can only lose like
Okay.
9 games.
Wow.
Well, this is what I was going to ask, Jason. Better, worse, or about what you expected?
I believe in it. 53 games.
But when you look, I want you to look at it in a way, not just wins, not just a number. I want you to look at it, the performance on the court. This team, obviously you didn't expect this out of Paul George. Like he's been insane, and you didn't expect what Westbrook's doing. You didn't expect him to play the way he has.
I think what you had just said a moment ago of like you believe in this team, because last year I kept the faith for way too long. I was drinking the Kool-Aid a little too far into the season.
Yeah, I think till game 6. And
Right when they stopped
the first
winning.
round.
Like,
Yeah.
whenever they were like, you can't play anymore, I was like, well, we're done.
I think
Guys,
when Melo
wrap
was
it up.
traded, is when he,
Wrap it up.
yeah.
But the game versus the Rockets, like you're down, what was it, 26, 28 or something
26.
like that?
26.
And to come back in that
we
game.
just watched that.
Oh, man, it was so beautiful.
Should have it on right
Yeah,
now.
that
to be
should have
honest
been
with
playing
you.
the whole time. I don't know what you're doing. But those kind of things, and they continually just take care of teams that they're supposed to.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of times, like little stretches where they've gone and you're like, don't do that again. But
There's a
overall, I feel confident that they're going to take care of teams. Like,
yes,
it's
there's
gonna-
a better mix this year, right? Because last year they lost to a lot of bad teams. They've
Yeah.
lost a couple of games to bad teams this year,
like the Hawks
and they
game.
haven't won as many big games this year. I feel like as they did last year, but there's a better mix, and
Yeah.
and it feels better.
Yeah.
like it feels better the way they're winning these games.
Right,
in a
and
weird
and
way.
I think there's also a thing about how PG and Russ have shared the load with this. Like it's not a my turn, your turn thing anymore.
they're working together.
It's like a team. Like they actually look like they're playing basketball as a group, and that's something I think every one of us has always wanted.
Yeah.
and it's finally happened, and
The
it
Thunder
makes
are
me
fun.
so happy. Like it's so fun to watch, even if they lose. Like I'm still enjoying it.
When you're looking
I'm
for
real pissed,
your
but-
when you're looking for your first triple double of the season, you're the third of your career, and you pass it to
This.
a guy late in the fourth quarter, to a guy shooting 24% from 3, and when you give him the ball, you're just like, yeah, he just made it. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, of course he was
to
going to
get
make
to
it.
get my 10th assist. That's trust. That's love. That's respecting the guy that you're going out there and playing with every night, trying to win games. There's that level of bond between Russell Westbrook and
the
Paul
team.
George
And the team.
and the entire team.
Raymond Felton
It starts
said
with
that,
those
right?
two. Yeah,
Raymond
but
Felton said there's a trickle down effect with those two, with the relationship between those two.
how could you not want to play with those
Yeah.
guys? The way they're
It
playing
looks
right
like a
now.
blast.
I know. I just want to pass it to Paul George and then watch him. That's all I want to do.
Dude, I want to sit. So I want to sit courtside, not just to say. I
Done
mean,
that.
courtside would be
Been
awesome,
there.
but
He's been
Done
there.
that.
But
so.
to high five Paul George after the first quarter when he's just like coming up the line, high five. It's so much fun right now.
Also,
And
like the swagger that Russ has seemingly given to Paul George. Like he
Yeah.
just like provided him with this like
That's true.
You can be this guy, and now he like understands that.
That's
it's
a
something
really
he
good
never
point.
was before. Like when you looked at him in Indiana, like he's a very, very good player.
Right.
But he was always just like, I'm just gonna play basketball like a normal. But now he just knows how good he is, and it's just incredibly fun to watch.
That's been my whole thing with the whole, hey, is there a case to be made for most improved for Paul George this year?
Right,
Because
yeah.
he's always been a great player. He's been a really good player.
Yeah.
He's an amazing player right now.
Yeah.
He's a top 5 player in the league right now. He legitimately is. That's crazy. None of us expected that.
Yeah, we were all talking about him was he in the top 12 or whatever before the season started.
And when you think about what he's been through, snapping his leg in half, what, 4.5
Every
years
time
ago?
you say it, it just replays.
And now he's doing this. And you think about like the struggles Gordon Hayward's having this year.
Right.
Like, think about where Paul George is right. That's incredible.
Can
man.
you imagine somebody winning that twice though?
No.
Like it would seem.
That'd be incredible.
It would seem so weird to have.
Be like, you used to suck.
You're
You go way better.
you're
bud.
okay, and then you're great, and then you're
Yeah.
okay and great
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
What?
That's true.
How?
That's true. Yeah, you probably. Yeah, you
It's
can't
probably
really
not
answer.
happening.
It's not gonna.
But
happen. It's not gonna. Happen.
It's cool that he's gotten that much better. Like just to talk about it.
Right. Yeah, it's an incredible season. I mean, where is he standing in the MVP race right now? Is he third or is he second? He's not first.
Feel like he's.
I want him to be first, but he's not.
I feel like he's sliding into second. Baseball reference. is that what they do in baseball?
Double.
Got a double ground.
Or he
ball.
stole it.
Oh yeah.
There's multiple ways to slide into second.
Yeah.
He could
You
be
gotta slide it to
Head
steal the
first,
base.
feet first.
Like sliding in to steal second. If I can combine the two of you, I think that would be better.
That's
because
what I was saying.
I think he's
Is he sliding
he's
head first or
trying-
feet first?
I'd go feet first.
Oh, you
It's
go-
more
Ooh, but he
safe.
already broke his leg. You don't want to do that. You want to go
Ooh.
head first.
You still go. Feet
You don't even
first.
care about his
You
legs.
take out the second baseman. with
I go
his
head
legs.
first.
Well, if you're trying to
you
break
still-
up the
you still
double
go
play,
feet
you
first.
definitely
You
take
want to
out
go
the
wide
second base.
though. You want
Oh,
to catch
you-
it with your arm.
You have to slide into the bag. You can't slide outside the bag.
You got to touch
like-
the bag, but
with your toes.
well, your hand.
No, you have to slide directly into the bag now. It's a
Or
rule
just
change.
touch it.
It's a rule change. Just
I know the rules of
actually watches
baseball.
I
so-
somersault
I
my
don't
way to
believe you
second.
do.
Hey, I will say this though: the Thunder still the second highest chance of making the finals in the West.
According to
538.
Okay.
So they still have they have them as the second best odds of making the finals.
right.
That means we're
So
Of
basically
the, of the
second best
West,
team.
of the teams in the West. No, because they have obviously the Raptors and the Bucks are higher, but those are Eastern.
Okay, well, that's what I was
Conference
going to
teams.
ask you guys is where do you envision this team ending the season, seed-wise? Because you're 2 games behind Denver. Essentially 3 because you've lost the tiebreaker. Well, you haven't lost the tiebreaker. Still up in the air. It's going to be really
hard to make up.
It's going to be hard to get back the tiebreaker from Denver. So you're essentially 3 back from Denver. I got some schedule notes for you here.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
this is fun.
Let's get into it.
So all of these teams, every team competing for the the third spot, whatever, they all have 25 games left. Okay. Repeat that back to me.
Every
Something
team
about
has 25 games remaining.
Some third.
Good man.
Something.
Okay, the Thunder versus 500 teams
Yeah.
plus. That was a terrible way to put that. Versus teams that are 500 or above. Thunder have 17 of their 25 games are versus teams like that. Nuggets 15 of 25. Blazers 12 of 25. Rockets 12 of 25. Jazz 9 of 25.
Who the hell made these schedules?
Adam Sliver.
Yeah, NBA.
Home away. Thunder have more home games than anyone else remaining. They
That's
have
good news because they're 20-7 at home.
14
Facts.
to 25 or 14 of the 25 games are at home for the Thunder. 12 of the 25 for the Nuggets. Blazers only have 9 home games left. Their next 7 games are on the road. The Blazers. And the Blazers are
Damn.
3 back from the Thunder right now. Rockets are 4 back. They have 12 at home, 13 on the road. Jazz are 5 back, have 13 at home, 12 on the road. Jazz have the easiest schedule, but they're 5 back.
That's a significant number.
Yes.
5
Yeah.
games.
To
I mean,
gain 5
because
games
the
with
Thunder have a
25 left.
really tough schedule, and even if they go 13 and 12, let's put it low here. The Jazz would have to go 18-7.
Yeah.
Like, that's tough to do.
Yeah.
At least 18-7 because the Thunder are right now 2-0
Yeah,
against them. So
that's right.
So, maybe this is weird of me, but just
It is.
Okay.
Fuck you. Just what I've seen from this team is like I'm not worried about the big time games. I'm not worried about those big time matchups. I've seen what they can do against really good teams. So the fact that they have more games against teams that are above 500 almost makes me think that they'll focus more. That there aren't those off nights where they're going to have a team that's won, -4 games this entire season.
That's hard.
They're
to do.
playing consistently good competition. They're going to stay locked in. I think it's kind of a good thing for this team to stay mentally focused. And just the fact that they are playing so much at home, you build that rhythm by you sleep in your own bed
All right.
for such a long period of time. I think that helps. The Blazers playing on the road a ton. Even the Spurs have their rodeo road trip coming up. Like they're going to spend a bunch of time on the road. Like that bodes really well because there is a clear advantage playing in your home arena in the National Basketball Association.
yeah, I'm with you. And you're going to get a lot of those games over 500, which the Thunder have more than anyone else. At least that are competing for that 2 or 3 spot. They have more, but you're going to get those at home because you have more home games than anyone else, which is huge.
Outside of like the Bucks and Toronto, which are 2 of those road games, but yeah, most of them are in your city.
And you get some breaks because and every team's probably going to have a couple of these, but you get Toronto on a home and away where you play them at home and then you go there and play them. You would think you're going to get one of those, right?
Yeah.
It's really hard to beat a team 2 times in a row. If you win both those games, that's
I hate
awesome.
those things.
Last game of the season is at Milwaukee. Milwaukee might have that 1 seed wrapped up.
Yeah.
I mean, they might be
Might
resting
rest some
guys.
people,
You don't know. So, and to close the season, like the Thunder's schedule coming up is really, really tough. But to close the season, it's not so bad. It's really not so bad. You got Dallas at home, Lakers, really a bunch at home. So let's start here, March 27th. This is the last 9 games or so, maybe 8. Indiana at home, Nuggets at home, Mavericks at home, Lakers at home, Pistons at home, at Minnesota, Rockets at home, at Milwaukee. That's a pretty friendly closing schedule. A lot at home. A lot at home. A nice chance to just rest, be at home, win some games, get ready for the playoffs.
And they're at home, like you said.
Well, they're going to be home. So where do you envision them ending up? 2, 3, 4? What do you feel?
I think they're gonna stay in the 3rd spot. Like I think that's.
Think
like,
Denver gets 2?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to catch them to me. Like if they continue playing well,
It'll be hard if they win.
Yeah, if they continue to play well,
it's just
it'll make it real hard.
it's difficult.
Yeah.
Well, not only, I mean, so they've already won 2 games against Oklahoma City. So you've got 2 games left. You can split the season series, but even then, there's something ridiculous like
They're 7-1 in the division.
They're 7-1 in division, and Oklahoma City's 5-4.
Yeah.
So you've got to make up that ground.
Which playing
if
them,
you get
if you
into the
beat,
tiebreaker, sure,
but beating them 2 times
Twice,
would
yeah.
help with
sure,
that. And
that gets Oklahoma City to 7 wins, and that drops Denver to 3 losses. But
yeah.
you've still got ground to make up. It's definitely possible. It's one of those things where it's you're at the point where 3 games is a pretty big gap. 4 games is a huge gap. 5 games is a massive gap. The same reason why it's going to be really hard for Utah to catch Oklahoma City. On the flip side, it's going to be hard for Oklahoma City to catch Denver.
I think the important thing, too, is that you can't have any more 4-game losing streaks. No more. Like, you lose one, you need to bounce back and win.
Right.
Like, you gotta try to stay consistent and stay the course here. Because I think the 2 or 3 seed is really, really important.
Yeah.
The team you got to get to the Western Conference Finals this year. And to do that, you're probably going to have to get the 2 or 3 seed.
Yeah, you cannot drop to the 4.
Yeah.
And if you're going to drop to the 4, you might as well tank for 6.
Yeah.
Get back on the other side of the bracket.
Hey guys, Schroeder is the only player that's playing tonight.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
You gotta do
1 on 5 every night.
Yeah.
the other thing about Denver is that they're going to get healthy, even more healthy,
Right.
and it doesn't feel like the Thunder are necessarily going to.
It also feels like
yeah.
Denver always has someone that gets hurt, though. Like they're
And even if they do, though, the guys that end up coming in play really well.
And I wonder, fingers crossed too. I don't see how Isaiah Thomas fits there. I don't understand
weird.
how he fits.
That's weird.
It doesn't feel right to me.
Seems like they were better.
Yeah, and he's gonna want to play, and I don't think you can justify playing him over Monty Morris.
Yeah.
That guy's been playing awesome, and he fits what they're trying to do a lot more. And maybe you can play them together. But Isaiah Thomas doesn't play any defense, man. I'd love to see Isaiah Thomas play against us. Bring it on. So, yeah, maybe he throws a little bit of a wrench in their rhythm.
Ooh.
Maybe.
I mean, but still, they're like Michael Porter. They're going to be getting him
he's a
back.
rookie,
He's
though.
a rookie, but I still think that there's guys that they have that are coming. But they're not full strength.
Gary Harris has been out most of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And they have a ton of contributors. And Will Barton just came
So
back
many
and
guys.
really hadn't found his groove yet. And he's a good player. So they almost have too many.
Yeah.
Really, like you gotta manage egos really well and play calling and who's gonna have the ball.
Who's doing what and what not.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a really fun second half of the season. We got a little special feature
Huh?
here that Justin's prepared. Are you ready for this, Justin?
Yeah.
Do we need any introduction before we hit the sounder?
Is this?
Oh, the sounder's all you ever need.
Well, we can play it twice.
We
You
need
want me
to
to
play
do
it
it twice?
We should just play it on loop for about the next 5 minutes.
I can't.
I'll
do
go
that.
smoke a cigarette. We'll just have 5 minutes of who's that guy.
I don't know.
Is this-
Oh wait, ruined it.
Oh, we're playing Who's That Guy?
It's in the outline.
Oh, nobody looks at the outline.
So good.
Who's that guy?
That baseline though.
Who's that guy? Who's that guy?
One of the greatest theme songs that's ever been written.
And our most versatile game.
Well done.
Is this a competition?
Yes.
I say loser
Wait,
eats
what?
those 2.
Oh,
loser
no.
eats the 2 remaining beans
There's
on
no-
the table.
That
You're gonna
one's
throw
bad one.
up.
There's
You're
no-
gonna throw up.
There's no winner.
If I do,
It's
I'll
just-
do it that way. Oh, oh my God.
That's
We'll add
toothpaste. I'm gonna take
No,
these
no,
toothpastes.
you have to wait till it's over.
Wait, you don't know
Give me
though.
a
Choose
Quit
the
Hey,
touching
give me one of the blue
them.
ones. Give me one of the blue
Guys,
ones.
you got germs.
Give me one of the blue ones.
Yeah.
So brave.
Toothpaste.
You must have so much.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's exactly like
That one's
toothpaste.
nice.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
Dibs on the blue.
Okay, so
Dibs
anyways,
on the barf.
Oh.
I spent a good
First time that's ever been said.
I spent a good 4 hours last night going back through a bunch of old shows.
Sounds like a great time.
I only did ones on YouTube.
Did you cry? I would have.
No, I didn't actually cry. Actually, all of these are from
Sounds like he
2018 or
cried.
2019. So basically, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a background here.
Okay.
Because these quotes themselves are randomly out of place sometimes if you don't give a little bit of context. So I'll give you a little bit of context, read you the quote, and you have to tell me who's that guy.
Among us.
Among us.
It's an us edition.
There is one that is not us.
You ever seen his balls?
A never before played blooper from Rob.
It was Rob Larson.
He's that
Play it
guy.
again.
It was Rob Larson.
You ever seen his balls? All right.
Yeah, that was good.
I see what you mean by context now.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of context. I was just trying to give the people an example.
Okay.
All right, so I've got a bunch of these, and I haven't really exactly thought out how I want to do this, so I'm just
Perfect.
going to jump around
Let's wing it.
in my spreadsheet. So,
Let's do it.
let's start with
Want some toothpaste?
let's
No.
go ahead and start with this one.
Do we have a music bed?
Oh,
we should
that's a
get a
good
bed.
idea. Anyone? Say anything?
go to bed.
There we go.
Just people music?
Am I
No.
playing or am
Human
I just
music.
Kevin Eubanks?
Oh.
Human music is what you want. Yeah, you're in this
I'm
this
in?
time.
Okay.
You have no knowledge? I want to know that he's got no knowledge of the.
Yeah,
He
no
has no
knowledge.
knowledge.
Collusion.
He knew that I was doing this because he asked me to do it, but he has no idea what I've actually
Okay.
compiled
Do
here.
we believe that? All right. We'll allow
I mean,
it.
I'm
We'll
Kevin
allow it.
Eubanks. I enjoy Kevin
No,
Eubanks.
we'll allow it. We'll allow it.
All right, so your context is
Hello,
Kevin.
His eyes are peeking.
Yeah, he's looking over.
on John Wall and Marcin Gortat not getting along. Quote, because Gortat couldn't jump over a phone book. I think it was Gortat's nose. He's got a big nose. I think that might have been it.
Oh, I know who I'm going with. Do we all just guess or what's?
Yeah,
How does this
Rob,
work?
who you got?
I'm going Brandon.
That's what I was going to say.
I think it's me.
I think
It's
it's
you.
Brandon. Yes! Group victory.
Nobody
Everybody
eats.
eats a jelly bean.
Nobody eats.
Let's
is
see.
terrible.
Of course
Okay.
I made fun of his nose.
Yeah.
I knew that because you make fun of mine.
Oh, he sounds sad and slightly nasally.
It's
That's why I
like
make fun of him.
Let's see. On trading a bunch of assets to get better.
Hmm.
I don't want them to give up a ton of young assets to get, say, a guy like Paul George for 1 year.
Oh
I
my
remember
God.
this. I remember this. I know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to let you guys guess first.
Rob Larson.
Oh God.
Was that the full quote? Is that
Yeah.
everything?
Yeah. There was more to it, but that was kind of the bulk of it.
You guess Rob?
Yeah.
I hope to God I did not say that, so
It
I'm
might be
going
me.
Jason.
It might be
Lewis.
me. I don't know.
It's Justin.
It's me.
Oh!
It was me. So it was the summer.
I remember this all of a sudden.
Yeah.
One for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was.
no.
Yeah. It was bad because I was just like,
Toothpaste.
I don't want to. Who would want
You have to
to?
eat one each time you
I
miss?
missed one, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh God.
No, toothpaste
What was
again.
the other option besides toothpaste?
Oh, that's not it. That's
Uh,
not it.
What's it?
I think Ocean.
Huh?
Wait, is toothpaste the good one?
Yeah,
or the
I
bad
remember
one?
this, Justin.
bad
Though
one?
you said I don't want the Thunder to go gut their team
Yeah.
for 1 year of Paul George, and then the Thunder got Paul George.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
It was
So.
the best idea
So
ever.
the thing is, Paul George was just an example because I knew he was going to be a free agent. This is before Paul George was even like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like, Paul George because he's going to be a free agent.
Right.
And then it happened, and it's
Yeah.
been the most amazing thing. And it's that one. There are very few things in life that I regret, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
But it worked
No, I
out
get
so
it.
well.
Yeah, worth it.
So
Oh, toothpaste, though.
Why do you keep eating toothpaste?
Because it's the only safe one.
this is from Jazz
I think that's
Pants.
allowed.
This is from Jazz Pants on
Oh.
February 19th of 2018, so about a year ago. There was a disaster of the week where a pedophile had his penis bitten off by the family dog.
I remember this.
I don't remember.
The quote is, he also passed by an open window and thought, ooh, is that an open window? I'm definitely going in there.
Wait, somebody else, one of us?
One of
said
us
that?
said that, yeah.
Is that an open window? I'm definitely going through there. I'm gonna go Jason.
That sounds like
It's gotta
Jason.
be
That's
Jason.
a
It's
Jason
a
Lewis.
Jason Lewis.
Yeah.
So I will say some unfortunate information that I found out is that I Snopes that, and it
It's
is untrue.
false.
Yeah,
Oh.
it is untrue. That story
You're
is
out here
untrue.
giving untrue stories to
no,
the people.
no,
Where you get your
no,
news from
wait, hold on.
Snopes?
Wait. Someone from Twitter sent that to Brandon to be the disaster of the week. So
We gotta get some fact checkers up in this situation.
Brandon got catfished into a fake story.
Wow.
Just so you guys know, we're hiring for fact checkers.
I regret nothing.
You only have the
Yeah, you
next
got about
40 minutes to
10
No
minutes
jelly
left,
beans were eaten. Next. From
from New York. Oh my God.
All right.
Are we doing it?
Clarifying what shoe size was supposed to be guessed for Neil Armstrong is the context.
I remember this.
Are we talking space boots or regular shoes? That's a big difference.
I know
Rob.
the answer to this.
It's Rob.
Oh, it was Rob.
It was me.
It was Rob.
Yep.
This isn't as hard as I thought it might be.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get harder.
Probably not.
what she said.
It's mostly just fun remembering those
Yeah,
good times.
no,
that
this
we
Guess
is
had.
that
good.
shoe size
This
was
is good. This is an
a great game.
Such a good game.
It was
also,
so good.
I'm the champion of that still.
Wow.
Just
Never
so you guys
lost.
know.
Wow.
Just so you guys know.
We were close.
I wake up and I piss excellence at guessing.
I love
people's
how
shoes.
it's the one thing that Jason's like actually real good at.
only thing I've ever been good at in my life.
It's guess that shoe size.
So
Good at
on the topic of playing Guess That Shoe Size, that was the dumbest thing I've ever done.
Brett Dawson.
Brett Dawson.
That's a point for me.
Sure,
You lose.
Brett Dawson.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
you're
you-
I think now whoever guesses last, if the other two get it right, they gotta eat.
Wait, you can do that next time, yes.
No, it's just been decided. Oh, he eats it?
Oh,
the
he
host
eats
eats
it.
it.
That one's definitely poop.
Oh, it's poop. Look at his face. Oh, can't be poop.
He likes food.
Rob did that the first time he ate one.
And then it hit him a
And
second
then it
later.
kicked in. Next.
Yeah, the socks ones are.
Oh, I don't even want to.
At first, it's just a normal sock that you're eating, and then it's like, no, this sock has been worn. Somebody, this is a dirty sock.
That is a dirty sock.
This is one of two that I literally can't give context to.
Perfect.
So
Don't
I,
want context.
I
Don't want
apologize.
context. No more context.
I apologize for this
Ooh,
one.
I like the
So
no
we're
more
just yelling
context.
answers
Yeah,
out.
no more context. Free for all.
You ever sometimes, sorry, let me restart this. You ever sometimes take a breath and you're like, damn, I don't think I've breathed in a couple minutes.
Brandon.
Brandon
That
Soul.
was
That's
me
Brandon
just
Soul.
now.
That's Brandon
I
Soul.
just think there might be some conspiracy
That's
behind
Brandon.
breathing.
Yeah, that's
Anything with
Brandon.
conspiracies? Let's go.
So I usually took like one per episode and then moved on so I could get a variety of them. That was before we even started. That was still in the waiting room. And I was
Oh.
this is the most bizarre thing. I wasn't on this one. That was one of the most bizarre things I think I've ever heard in my life.
Hey, bud, pick your poison.
I don't ever want to eat a jelly bean again.
Yeah, those are bad.
Why would someone make that?
Oh no!
Is that a dirty sock? You got a dirty sock?
I think it's dirty dishwater.
Oh, that sounds
Oh.
worse.
Oh, it tastes just
No.
like it tastes.
How do they do it?
Okay, so you
That sounds
guys,
so bad.
so you guys don't. You want the context,
No context.
afterwards now?
Yeah,
Okay.
after. Oh.
Right. Don't give him a blue one.
They
There's
saw,
the flavor.
they saw that shot. They saw that shot that one game. Remember when we put you in that one time?
I'm gonna go Jason Lewis.
Say it one more time.
They saw that shot. They saw that shot that one game. Remember when we put you in that one time?
I'm gonna go Justin Wright.
I'm gonna go Jason.
It was Rob Larson.
Fuck, we're all wrong.
It was Rob Larson on the Thunder not picking up TLC's option this offseason.
Sounds like a
Another
good
blue
take.
for me.
All right, boys. I don't know what I ate.
Oh my god.
It's
Mine-
immediately. Oh my god! I can't.
I got toothpaste again.
It's a rotten day.
Stop eating
That's so much.
Oh my god! It's a rotten day. I'm a.
Mine's not too.
He's going.
Oh, mine's
No, don't. You spin that way, you son
Rob
of a
is
bitch.
going to die.
He's gonna projectile vomit
Mine's
on me.
canned dog food.
Oh.
Hey, that's
so
not too bad.
No, it's so bad.
I know. He's crying. There are tears in those eyes.
Poop, dude. It smells.
And he knows what baby's poop smells
I'm
like.
literally
'cause he's
gonna
got
throw up, dude. I can't.
Drink some Merm. Drink some Merm. That'll not help. It won't help. It's
It
not
might.
a good idea.
I just let mine be stuck in my teeth and I'm good.
Oh. My teeth are minty fresh, you guys.
Well, stop eating. Take the toothpaste.
Yeah,
ones
that's
away.
Gone. I ate
Dude,
all of them.
that's kind of
No, I've been cheating this whole time.
You're definitely
The canned dog food is
sandbagging
so
us.
bad.
Dude, the rotten egg.
You're sandbagging us.
It
I
tastes
am.
like a rotten egg and smells like
I'll
baby
get paid
poop.
back for it through karma.
Oh my god. Brought tears
Let's
to
see
my
what
eyes.
we got.
Let's go next.
If it's worse, then it's under. Get it? Under is bad. It's the opposite of golf.
Brandon Soul.
Justin Wright.
Say it again. I was still thinking about canned dog food.
If it's worse, then it's under. Get it? Under is bad.
Me.
It's the opposite of golf.
Me.
It was Brandon.
Wait,
dig in,
are
Rob.
you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
We don't have any toothpaste, bro.
Yeah, I'm out of toothpaste. I ate all the toothpaste.
I'm not eating yellow ones. I'm not risking that.
And actually, you know what? I'm gonna throw this one in there for you guys. Who was Brandon talking to?
Rob Larson.
Jason Lewis.
Rob.
It was Rob
Yeah,
this
because
time.
Double
I
up,
wasn't
Rob.
there, right?
Why did you do that? What's wrong with you?
But don't take another one.
Because I have to.
No, you don't.
Oh,
He made it
oh
up.
my god.
Spit it out, dude.
You have the worst luck. Are any of these good?
That's so bad.
The whole package. No, it looks terrible.
Oh no. It tastes like.
We're off the
I can
rails,
smell
boys. We are off
Throw
the
it
rails.
away. I can smell it. Oh, it makes me want to throw up just smelling it. Get it out of here.
What is it?
Oh, it's fucking garbage. Oh,
We're so off the rails. Oh no.
oh.
That one was the worst thing I've ever. I can still taste it.
Which
I
one
can
was
smell
that?
I have no idea. Oh, but
I don't want to smell.
Come on.
dude, I
Mind
couldn't
over
get it
matter,
out of here.
dude. Mind over matter. You got this. You got this.
One next one. Is this the last one?
2 more.
Two more. Two more.
It seems
that
hard to
smells
sign. It seems hard to sign for like 4 years when you didn't expect to be here in the first place.
Shit, that one's hard.
Definitely about Paul George.
I'm gonna go Robert Larson.
I'm gonna go Jason Lewis.
I'm gonna go Justin.
I'm gonna go Brandon Soul.
Wow.
Oh, we're all wrong.
There was
I can smell that. I
the
think.
the
You
ev-
can't, dude. You can smell that.
my God.
And it
Oh,
is
God.
terrible. Yeah, it smells like a diaper filled with Indian
Yeah.
food.
That was in my mouth. That was in my mouth. It's still in my teeth.
This is worse than the time the raccoon got caught in the copier.
That's right.
All right.
Diversity.
Come on, let's eat. No,
I mean, a white one.
Old wooden shit.
Just grab one.
No,
no.
you cheater. Come
Dude,
on,
come
stop.
on.
That's cheating.
Come on.
Dude, I had so much poop in my mouth.
out of context blooper.
Oh, God.
Rob Larson.
You pick? Okay, I got one right here.
Dig in. Canned dog food's not too
Pick
bad.
one, you.
Just
loser.
eat it.
Just eat it. All right, go.
Might be barf.
Uh,
I can't.
Mine's good.
I'm not doing it.
Oh wait, mine's not good.
Okay.
Oh my.
oh, I had to swallow it so fast. That was disgusting. I don't even. Was that barf?
Why are
Was that
all these
barf?
bad?
Oh God.
Oh, it was barf.
It's so bad.
Okay.
It tastes exactly like
Oh,
if you
mine
threw
was
up
dead
and then
fish.
afterwards.
Dude, I can smell it. Oh.
Uh,
Maybe it's this one.
you got to get that out of here.
All right, last one.
Throw it.
No more. I'm gonna die.
Last one. This is
Oh,
torture.
this is the worst thing we've ever done.
Hey,
Why did we choose to do this?
hey, you're right. It was better that way. I thought it would have been good if he had guessed someone outside the division, but it was 50-50 and it got it wrong. That was better.
I have no idea.
What?
I'm gonna go Justin.
Wait,
here.
one more.
That
One more
sounds
time.
like a Justin
Reread.
thing.
Hey, you're right. It was better that way. I thought it would have been good if he had guessed someone outside of the division, but it was 50-50 and he got it wrong. That was better.
I'm gonna go
This,
Brandon.
This came from Jeopardy, by the way.
That's a Justin.
Wait,
No, Justin was the host. I'm going to
Yeah.
go Rob Larson.
I'm going Brandon.
Who was Rob Larson talking to?
I don't know.
Jason. He was talking about you.
Yeah.
It was you. So
I had said something dumb.
you buzzed in way early, and
yeah.
I got a good one.
you buzzed in
I
I don't
way
have to
early.
because I got it right.
You had the question wrong,
oh, yeah. That's right.
and so you were about to answer, but I was like, let me read the rest of the question. It'll give you a clue. And Rob was like, no, don't do that. I was like, no, I have to.
I'm
You
sweating
still got
so
it
much.
wrong. And then Rob
that
was like,
vest
you know
off,
what?
bro.
That was better that you
'Cause I
read the
still
full
was wrong.
question and you
Yeah.
still got it wrong.
That is better.
Let's get in some inquiries.
Hold
and
on.
Anyone on YouTube, get those questions in.
Send them in, guys.
Oh, they've been talking about Q&A for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll We'll stay for a little bit.
They want an extra one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh God, I can smell that too.
Social media
Oh.
inquiries.
Spitting them out.
Quit opening your mouth.
That's the same one. I think that one has hair on it.
Put it in here, please.
There are so many bloopers we could have taken from this. Taken tookens. These merms are potent.
Can we not move on past the fact that Jason just ate the toothpaste?
That's so weak.
Until the last, I got
You eat
barf.
another one. You
I
eat
got
another
barf.
one.
I think
I got
you
barf.
should have to eat
I got
one
barf.
more.
It was bad.
Me and Rob.
Let's go to the host. What do you say?
Yeah.
You
You don't need another one.
Yeah.
He has decided.
Eat
Dude,
it.
eat one of these.
Yeah, you
Trust me,
go on
canned
canned
dog food is not that bad.
Oh, it's pretty bad though.
Oh, it's so bad. That was the last one I ate.
All right, we
Is
got
that canned dog food?
It might be a good
It's
one.
probably normal. He's such.
'Cause I think mine
That's
was
dog food.
Mine was chocolate pudding.
Yep.
From Thunder Fan.
Oh, please go.
Jesse Edgar said, "I think the loser of the final question should have to eat Rob's chewed bean." That would have been so good.
Oh God, that would have been so bad. I've been smelling it this entire time. I can't.
See,
It's in my teeth. I don't want to hear you can
All right,
smell
guys.
it.
Let's get back on track here.
the key is you
Oh,
you just swallow it like a pill.
Oh God.
From Thunder Fan at Team OKC Thunder. If you could move anywhere else besides here, where would it be?
Wow.
Oh.
Well, that's hard.
It's really hard to come from where we just came from.
Go
Answer
into
that question.
Think about it. Serious thing.
Nebraska.
No, not Ohio is my answer.
Hell no. My answer is easy. I would move somewhere in Southern California. I feel very at home in Southern California.
Just warmth. Is,
Yeah, good weather. Good weather.
I've heard a lot of good things about Arizona.
No, that sounds terrible. Cactus?
a
No.
desert.
Yeah.
Just hot
I
as
have the
fuck.
driest skin as it is. No, it sounds terrible.
You would not
Yeah,
survive.
So much lotion.
I like the SoCal answer.
Yeah,
I've never been there, so of the places I've been, I would go New York City.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't strike me as a New York City kind of guy.
Yeah, I
A lot
like
of hustle and bustle.
Yeah, I don't want a lot of people around me, which obviously
That's
I see
what
you're
it
saying.
is.
Oh,
8 million
would you
folks.
wait?
No.
Would you wait for the end? But
You didn't wait for the end of your jelly bean.
I know. Do we have any more merms, or are we done?
Yep, we do. Keep going though.
But I do like. There's a lot of people, but it's all still like you're kind of doing your own. Everybody's doing their own
Everyone's, like,
thing.
No one
Segregated
cares
They're all-
about you.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
that's. I don't want anybody to care.
Yeah, I like
about
that.
Some
Brooklyn,
I
like
feel
when we
like-
went to Brooklyn, I really, really liked it.
I don't want to. I wouldn't want to live in New York unless I had like a lot of money.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to live in a badass loft or something. You know, like
Not
'cause
with 7 people in a tiny
Yeah.
apartment.
paying $2,500 a month for exposed
bedroom.
plumbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. Grinding it out on a day-to-day basis seems difficult.
We want to do a YouTube one real quick.
Yes.
Yeah. Justin, where would you live though?
Zane Zyback.
Here. Only here because he's Oklahoman.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Okay. I could break this down. So, most realistically, it would be Tahlequah.
Oh, that's.
You're still in Oklahoma.
Wait,
so-
you're
right.
just going a few miles.
If
on
you
the
could go
road.
anywhere
okay,
in the world,
I'm
you choose.
okay. Like I said, realistically, it would be Tahlequah. If I expanded it and tried to be realistic about it, it would be Kansas City, and then just anywhere it would be Sydney.
Ooh, I like that. Sydney would be.
I have 3 layers to my answers here.
You're like a cake.
You're like an onion.
Missouri
I'm like
or
I'm like an
Kansas?
ogre.
Missouri or
Oh,
Kansas?
you live in Kansas, work in Missouri.
That's
sense.
right. That's correct.
Zane Zubach. Zubach?
Zubach.
That's Zubak's brother from.
Predictions for OKC record. And then we're going to do. So, predictions for OKC record.
53 and whatever else the other number would be if the math
28 would
worked
be the
out.
next number.
That's
20,
right.
29 would be the
Thank
next
you.
number.
Yeah, that's what
I'll
I
go
needed.
51 and 31.
Too low.
I'm going to do 50 and 30, which is higher
50
than I
and
was.
32.
50 and 32, which is higher
You were
than
at 48 before, right?
Which is, yeah, I was at 48. So I feel like they've been better than I kind of thought that they would
That
be.
would be a
Although-
13 and 12 record
All right.
to
Well,
close.
how about
Yeah.
this? I'll just fill out the rest of it, and I'll go 52 and 30.
So
We
that's
gonna
50,
nail
51,
this.
52, or 53.
Yeah,
We
it's
nailed
somewhere
it.
in between those.
Those are all 4 really realistic, like very plausible numbers for Oklahoma City right
Yeah.
now, which I think
Okay.
is really cool.
Predictions for playoffs, real quick. The same question, Zane.
OKC wins.
How far do they go?
Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
I'll stick
Losing
with that.
7.
Okay, I'll agree with
7.
that.
Ooh, fuck. God, I want that.
That
I mean,
tug,
I don't
that
want
tug on my heart.
Okay, you know what would be amazing?
Dog alert.
Nailed it.
Imagine if the Thunder somehow pulled this thing
Finally.
out, got
Oh,
to the
dude.
finals.
I'm staving off my trip.
It sounds so crazy to me, but like that would be
But if it happened.
incredible.
It's there's a low chance, and you never know, injuries could happen or whatever. But
Oh, if it did.
man, I
What
want
a
is that
glorious
chance
day.
at? What do you realistically put that at?
5%.
Here's a question. Someone asked us at some point, is this in here? I'll wait till the end.
Oh wow.
It was Zebach, by the way. Was he responded and said that it was.
Oh,
Zebach
he did.
is the
Yeah. He
pronunciation.
went basketball reference on us.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that.
Pau Gasol
Pow pow.
Are you gonna do your thing or no?
I'm waiting.
Okay.
from Hunter Harjo at Hunter Harjo 7. If not when the Thunder win a championship, will y'all do a special championship show?
That's what I thought it was. That's what I was going to say.
I answered him and I said we would.
I agree that we will.
I bet that we.
I'm
will.
on board. Are we all on board?
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
We do it from the parade though.
Yeah, because
Like,
we're
we
going to be
would
on a
get our
float.
own float.
We'd just Periscope, and I'd probably be like whatever the.
That'd be
the
74
So
moment
drunk.
mimosas
7
in.
sheets to the wind, whatever they actually 4 sheets to the wind.
7 goose tails
sheets
to
to the
the
wind.
Never heard that.
Whatever,
earth.
whatever that actual.
We'd be on top of the
reference is.
arena, yelling at everyone.
Old
Throwing,
Garrett,
throwing Molotov cocktails off the top of it.
Y'all didn't think we could do it, but we did. Thunder up!
Woo!
old Garrett Collier says, "What do y'all do for a living?" We work in
That's
IT.
a little secret.
Yeah, too personal for
We
me,
work in
Garrett.
IT. That's what we do. I don't know about these guys.
Oh, I'm a
Waterman
I'm my
of the
job
of the river.
My job is literally public information, like it has to be. So yeah, I work for the Water Resources Board.
Boom.
I'm
I
a private
do
man.
water.
I'm a private man.
Okay.
Do private stuff in my private time.
Yeah. I do criminal work, so I don't want to.
You're the criminal?
Yeah, I'm a criminal.
I rob people of their stuff and then I give it to me.
What else we got?
I'm a water scientist.
Oh, hey, Big Virgil from YouTube. Does Noel stay next season?
Ooh.
It's a no, right?
Probably not.
Be tough.
Unless he just loves it here.
Any
maybe.
chance the Thunder extend like the mid-level to him and say, hey? I mean, he probably has a
think he's
bigger
gonna get
market
more
than
money.
the mid-level. He probably, but
maybe
probably
not a ton.
Probably not a ton more money. So maybe if he likes it
Mm-hmm.
where he is enough. But how much could he really like it if he's only playing 15 minutes a game?
That's the biggest
That's
part.
the part. Yeah.
That's the part.
That's the part. And we
Just win a championship, change everything.
Ooh.
that'll change it.
Good point. Although sometimes it changes it for the worse because then you're like, they got me a championship, I can move on.
That's
true.
We'll go play for the Bobcats now.
They're not even a team anymore.
Perfect.
From T at Drinking Tea, a guy who's
Hey,
been there forever.
We appreciate
Thanks for
this,
the
man.
support, man. Rank Always Sunny, Parks and Rec, and The Office, and also
Oh, man,
impossible.
that's hard.
and also thank
easy.
you guys for everything that you've done.
Always Sunny is
One.
Always Sunny's one for me.
Then I go
And-
Office.
and-
Parks and Rec at 1A.
I don't know that Always Sunny is like the most consistent start to finish, but the best
The first 6
is the
seasons.
highest of all of them, right?
You
The
gotta
best
go
of
body
each-
body of work.
See, I don't know. I think, but I think you have to weight it a little bit too. Like the best episodes of Always Sunny are the
so
best
much better
episodes
of-
of all the other ones.
Yeah.
in my
They're
opinion.
so
True.
good. Like,
I think it's more consistent though.
well, from
It might be.
because
I
I,
think it
I
is.
think they like lulled off a little bit.
Well, for sure.
I
they've
need
had-
to catch back up.
How many seasons
like
they've
12,
had?
13.
10,
Such a
yeah.
ridiculous amount of seasons. They're
Yeah.
still going.
The first 6 were some of the most incredible
So
TV
good.
I've ever seen in my life.
The Christmas special. You guys seen that?
Sure.
Don't like it.
Really?
It was not good. I didn't like it at all.
I don't know
Oh,
if
is
I've
this
seen
like
it.
new?
No, it's older.
Oh,
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was
random
bad.
to bring up.
Well, well, it is, except for the
I'm gonna
fact that
bring
we're,
up the one I didn't like.
except for the fact that we're talking about the show right now.
Right.
Other than that, it is
Yeah.
random.
Yeah.
But I will say, I'll go Office second.
Oh, I
And
think
then
I go
Parks
Parks
and
and
Rec
Rec
third.
second, and then Office
It's
third.
tough for me.
They're all great shows.
Because
We
I
all
really
agree.
like Parks and Rec a lot.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
too. It's hard. It's that one's so hard for me. I think I go Parks and Rec second, Office
Yeah.
third. But like they're all
It's
great
so good.
shows,
They're
so it's
so
like
good.
Great
it's-
They're
shows.
all 3 so good.
It's
What'd you
get? It's 6, by the way. Okay, so here's my thing. Like,
Keep going, man.
I'm gonna have to go Always Sunny first.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of what Brandon said. Like the best of the best are from Always Sunny. It's just I really enjoyed because like storyline and funny moments, like all that. Like there are so many good things about The Office. They're better episodes from Always Sunny. I think Parks and Rec is third. I like Parks and Rec, but never really got into it.
Really?
It just seemed like a weird version of The Office.
So good.
It was similar.
Yeah.
Oh, Andy Dwyer, you know.
From
Yeah. Burt
from
Macklin.
From a person on Twitter.
from Petri at Petri_Hoti.
Booty?
Would you guys take Anthony Morrow in his prime on this Thunder team?
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
wish you guys all the best. It sucks that you guys are leaving. Anthony Morrow is still blocking my ass on
Still?
Twitter. I
Wow.
have no idea.
That is a grudge
the
to hold.
best defense that he's ever played has been on me or
accurate.
against me on Twitter.
That is
Ooh,
facts.
that's probably
Hey.
why I blocked your ass.
Hey, on the tubes. Oh yeah, I think we'd all take him in his prime. That's
Yeah, for sure.
for sure.
What the?
On the YouTube, Jamie Lane says favorite non-OKC player.
Ooh.
I actually answered this incorrectly when we did a
did,
wedding
yeah.
game, and I said the wrong guy. I actually would have said Kyrie. Kawhi.
Sound like you're gonna say Kawhi Leonard.
but I didn't. I don't know. I don't want him.
Oh, I would have.
I was. Do you even know who your favorite player is?
Yeah, Kyrie.
Kareem Bryant.
Kareem Kobe.
I don't know.
You guys got nothing?
Mine would probably be
Rubio.
No,
Ricky
it's
Rubio.
not. It used to be.
Jesus
But-
Christ. That's so depressing that you would ever
Fuck the
even say
Jazz.
that as a thing.
I would probably go Damian Lillard.
Wow.
Could anyone?
It's going to be a point guard. I like point guards.
Could you guys actually guess mine? Is what I'm.
Trey Lyles.
No one other. It's Russell Westbrook. Like, it doesn't matter. Even
Dion Waiters.
No, actually, there's a way.
Nick Collison.
There's a way to try that, which was my funny answer earlier on Twitter.
God.
There is a good way to track this. Just think of how many OU players there
Trae
are in
Young.
the league.
Blake Griffin.
Oh.
Buddy Hield.
There you go.
That's it. That makes sense.
I don't know. I don't
easy.
know if I have a favorite. I can't decide. I mean,
Come
there's a
on,
lot
man.
of players that I like to
Yeah,
watch.
come on.
Kobe Bryant.
But, like, no one's like just sticking out for me. I don't know.
Huh.
I mean,
Doesn't even
I
like the
watch a
NBA.
lot of other teams, but I don't really have like.
Is it Giannis?
No, it wouldn't be like.
Giannis
I feel like it wouldn't be a
Antetokounmpo.
great player. It'd be like a middle of the road player.
Nick Batum.
that
Love
I just
him.
would like on our team. And like I want that guy on our
Yeah.
team. You know. I don't know.
Markieff Morris?
No.
I love. He's so good.
Oh
It's
no,
his brother.
it's Marcus
Yeah,
Morris.
it's
Oh, God.
Oh, sorry, Marcus Morris Senior.
Yeah.
We got the wrong mark?
Ooh, you know
What a
who am
weird
I?
way
You
to
know
say
who's
it.
starting to grow on me a little bit?
Marcus Morris Jr.
Ooh, you know who? It's Spencer Dinwiddie.
Don't.
That's it. It's
Yep.
Spencer Dinwiddie. He's my
Okay.
favorite player. That's not Thunder. He's got a goatee that makes him look 40. He
does
looks
look way
like an
older than he should
authoritative
be.
figure. I don't know what it is about him. Like his game, like his confidence.
What in
That
the
reminds-
world?
so-
I like the Nets.
That reminds me of
world?
Javon Carter, who was a college senior at West Virginia last year. This dude, he's 23. He seriously looks like he's about 37 already.
Yeah. And
He's a rookie.
Yeah, Jared Allen is the same way.
Yeah, Jared Allen looks
DeAndre
old.
Ayton's the same way. Looks 40.
He looks older than 40.
So
It's
old.
weird.
So
He's a
old.
big dude,
He's
too.
confusing as.
If you're going to go the Nets, though, how do you not go Karis LeVert?
Yeah,
you
that's right. That's
Too
the
much
correct.
star
That's the
power, man.
correct.
I don't know. He's not.
He's a fun guy.
I think you could go D'Angelo Russell too. I enjoy watching him play.
I don't like
He'll talk about your affairs
I don't like him.
with his friends.
He's real good, though.
I've liked him better with the Nets than before.
Another
I agree
player,
with that.
if he didn't play for the Warriors, that I would like is Klay Thompson.
Oh, I was Steph there.
I
Like, if Steph didn't play for the
You
Warriors,
wouldn't
Play-
still hate him?
play the Klay Thompson
I
sound
like
that
it.
we
Still hate him
have.
a
Do we
little.
have it in there?
No.
I think we do.
Do we?
Yeah,
I don't know
that
what
one's
it's called.
such a good one.
it's in the miscellaneous. It's down there.
It's,
It needs to be played.
it's such a
Clay,
nonsensical
what are you
thing.
noticing about the energy and the ball movement tonight that's helping you guys unlock the three ball?
It's great on both sides. It's great. Both of them are great. And we're getting out pushing the pace. That's what our best.
That's what our best. That's what our best.
That's so good. He always has moments like those,
Yeah.
and that's why.
Like
I
the
like-
time he went to China and like tried to dunk and missed.
Yeah.
It just falls over.
I like that he
is-
committed to it, though.
Yeah.
It's like,
But he-
it's both sides. That's not right, but
He's-
it's on both sides, though. You gotta.
And then the time he was drinking a Coors Light after
Yeah.
the game, like he
He's
has
really good at like being.
I like him.
Okay with him
Yeah.
being a doof.
Yeah, he seems like a cool guy to hang out
Yeah.
with.
He's a fun guy.
We got time for another question?
Yeah.
One more?
We always have time.
Hey, I like this
hold
last
on.
one.
We have literally two more.
Okay, two more. Let's do.
So
Two more.
let's just power through them. From Jesse's Thunder Photography at OK Computer Guy, who's also been
Good photos.
a long-term friend, and Manny's a hell of a photographer. Go check his stuff out. Probably already been asked, but what is going to happen with the OKC Thunderheads Twitter account? Are we still going to get updates and opinions from you guys through it?
By the way, he really is. He's really good. And
it's amazing.
And people are starting to notice already, and that's really cool for him. And go support him at
Thunder
OK
practice the
Computer
other
Guy.
day?
He's sponsored a few of our podcasts. He's been a huge fan for a long time.
You met him the other day, right?
Met him at the game. He's a really awesome dude. Go support him for sure. Like, if this is what he wants to do, take all the support you've given us and funnel it to that. Funnel it towards him. Yeah. Let's get this dude at the sidelines of games endangering the players with his camera.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Hit someone in the head with
Dude, Jesse, get yourself a Patreon, man.
That's a good idea.
Can't see my pictures unless
pay for them.
Give me some money. I like it.
Also, don't, because the site won't work whenever you want to use it.
Oh, wow.
Patreon burn.
Yeah, no, I think we'll still use the Twitter. I know that I for sure will, because I think Twitter is so ingrained in just my day-to-day
everyday
lifestyle now. Although, there's moments where I hate it. Like, it's
Twitter.
You know how Facebook was cool one day, or back in the day, and then it just became this dog
almost
shit.
like an overnight
dog shit.
place.
Yeah, I feel like Twitter's heading there.
Yeah.
But there's still you can filter it yourself, and I think that I need to do a little bit more of that, but I gotta get these thoughts out somewhere, and I enjoy hanging out with everyone during the Thunder games and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna use it. I encourage anyone
hop on
here
every once in a while.
Yeah, I encourage anyone here to use it.
Just give a random wrong fact.
One of my favorite moments, which we had a question, what's your favorite moment from the show? And it's a really hard question to answer.
That is difficult.
Yeah, because I don't think there's one, but I had one in my arsenal in my holster that I was going to pull out. And it's not necessarily from a podcast, but it's one night when I asked Jason if he can run the Twitter. And he said, yeah, and he ran the Twitter for a game, and Josh Eustace had a big game. And so he had a lot of tweets about Josh Eustace, but every single one he spelled his name wrong. So all night long,
the whole time.
Jason's spelling his name.
Was it like Hustus?
He had this one shining moment.
They just fucked it up. Just so bad. Mine would be Smoothies and Giggles. Just I remember laughing my ass off on that one.
Yep. Another one when we had David Brandon on the podcast. Nothing against him. It was a great episode.
It was fun.
Comes and walks in, shows up late to the podcast. We didn't think he was going to show up. We couldn't get a hold of him. So we were like, we just got to start this thing. So we started it.
Couldn't find the place.
About 15 minutes in, he shows up, knocks on the door, and we're like, oh my God, he's here. So we go open it up, and he comes and walks in here.
Trips.
Oh, no. It was the worst. And I would be like, hey, bud, we're live. Sorry. It's just like those little.
Do you think you couldn't get a hold of him because he was looking at a literal map?
That's correct.
While he was trying to drive over here.
I think so. Yes. I don't.
He found it though.
It's
impressive.
Yeah, he did.
This is a good one.
Okay.
This is from a Teve at Romhuff.
Teve.
Why and how did you start?
Oh,
man.
Yeah, I mean it was kind of a we all had like a messaging thing. Like I was talking separately to both of you about Thunder games like all the time.
Yep.
And I also had just a bunch of recording equipment just sitting around, and I was like listening to basketball podcasts. And so I was like, we should just do this. And you were like super into the idea, and he really liked it.
Yeah, me and Rob didn't even know each other.
Yeah. You guys met the first time of the first
What was that
episode.
restaurant we went to?
Bricktown
Brewery. We met there a couple times.
Yeah, we
like
met first.
That's where we met to actually generate the idea, and like we had no idea what we were doing. Like we just went into it. And we were like, oh, this is just for fun, and like really. The original idea, we were Flagrant Pod to start. That was the name of the show, was Flagrant Pod.
And it was a disaster.
It was terrible. And we got real drunk.
Yeah, it wasn't anything like we had actual ambitions. We didn't have any goals for it, really. It was just like, this seems like a fun thing to do with your friends. And so we started doing it, and then we were drinking during it, and we were like, this is just an Anything Goes podcast, and we talk about the Thunder or whatever. So that's what we did.
Perk left, and we took a bunch of shots and got hammered, and I lost my keys, couldn't get back into my house.
Oh my God,
You got in a bunch of trouble.
That was a thing, and then we decided to change our name to Thunderheads, and we were like, let's actually see what we can do.
Take it serious.
Because we had we started generating some listens, and some people were listening to us, and we're like, well, maybe we should do this.
Then we brought Justin in, and then ever since.
Met Justin on Twitter.
Yeah, it was just a Twitter
It's pretty
thing.
awesome.
It was just like, and how I started Twitter in such a weird way, and then you guys like reached out to me, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'll do this. That sounds fun as shit.
Yeah. I remember that the three of us met up at McNally's for the Spurs versus OKC game where Cameron Payne went ballistic.
Well, Thunder sat everyone that night.
Yeah, it was like 12 players.
Yep.
Didn't we almost win that game, but
in
still
San
lost?
Antonio, I think.
But still lost.
Yeah, of course we didn't actually win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Cameron, they sat everyone. Like Russ, KD, Ibaka, like everyone sat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cameron was the only player.
Here's what I'll say about the pod.
Okay.
This was all about us.
Scared all the
This was the idea here was whenever we started this was that this was what this podcast was for us.
Yeah.
Like we didn't. There were times where we would get Twitter DMs that said, "Hey, I wish you guys would curse less. I watch this with my kid." We always took that into account, but it was always like, well, we don't want to get away from us, like what we do, because we did this for us always. This was about us. This last show is for the listeners.
Yeah.
This wasn't for us. This was like the impact that they've had on this show is incredible. And this show, we were done. Like we had decided that the show was done, but we did this one last one for the listeners, which is really cool. And it's a great thing. And I'm proud that we did it.
Hell yeah,
I agree.
me too.
Yeah, I mean, like all of those like things that people said after we like let out that news.
Oh, dude,
like,
that was the worst.
It was hard.
It was the best and it was the worst.
Yeah, it was hard to read, but it was so awesome. Like that, like everybody's, and they're still like saying stuff on YouTube today, and it's just like, dude, it's so awesome to like see that you guys all were here with us the whole time.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's just cool.
And it was easy for us to forget because kind of going back to what I was just talking about with Twitter and the way it's going, like it's really hard. Like there's so much negativity on Twitter and stuff, and it's really hard for the positivity to shine through on a platform like that. And when we made that announcement, the overwhelming positivity that we received from everyone was just like, I don't think any of us
mind-blowing.
I don't think any of us were expecting it, and we were like, wow.
I thought people were just going like, okay, cool.
We really affected people like this, and just by doing this, and I think that people looking for more answers from us as to why is this thing coming to a close? Like, why would you do this? It's hard. Like this is a lot more work than it appears to the eye.
Right.
Like it's more than us getting together once a week. It's an everyday.
Yeah, this is like for 3.5 years we've been doing this every single day.
Every single day of our lives, and it takes a lot of work. And we've held ourselves to a high standard as far as what we want to do and how we want to do this. And we don't want to do it if we don't do that. Like we don't want to half-ass it. We don't want to because. I know I don't want to speak for everyone here, but I know I didn't want to flame out. I don't want to be like, well, let's just take it a little less seriously and then we'll just flame out.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's other you always gotta once you get to the top, you gotta stay at the top. You gotta that's the hardest part.
Going,
everyone always you gotta stay there. You gotta keep working and stay ahead of the game, which I always felt like is what we were good at.
Ahead of the curb.
And this is nothing against any other podcast, but we sound the best. We have the best sound quality of any other podcast, which we took pride in. We wanted it to be our thing. Hey, our production value is substantially.
Which that was like part of the initial reason of starting is like, I know how to do this.
Yeah, we had that background.
Yeah.
And so we always had to stay ahead, figuring out how to live stream these videos. No one else is doing this. And then, other people start following and they're starting to follow in our footsteps. And we start realizing, hey, we can kind of set the tone for how the market's going here. Once we realized that, it just became like, oh, we got to stay ahead. And you guys kind of helped us get to that point, and now it just kind of reached this point where like it's just too much. We can't handle it.
Yeah, it's kind of like life consuming at this point.
We don't want to cheapen it and not be that for everyone, right?
Yeah, and it's people come on and they watch us for an hour and 15-minute podcast, and I don't know that we've ever done a Periscope to show where we pod, but like it has to be set up before Brandon does that. He sets us up before we get here.
It's like a legit studio in here.
And then after we're done, we have to tear it down. And that's just to do the pod. That doesn't include all of the prep work during the week.
Yeah.
Doing
compiling
Twitter.
information, statistics,
and then
research.
We started doing after every single game we were doing a podcast, and so it just became it became a lot of work to do.
Sure.
And everybody has lives that they have to maintain as well. Which
you guys got.
I also
kids?
Want to say,
kids
like
make a big.
There needs to be
on that.
There needs to be a huge thank you to all of our significant others who.
That's a very good point.
Carried it, especially with those kids. Yeah, I mean, kind of. But they had to carry that, like Chelsea and it not
the
that
support,
you guys aren't, but
sport's awesome.
Chelsea and Allison to take care of that while we decide to do this is really big. So they deserve it as well.
And then JC and Kelsey to put up with the shit.
Yeah, like
when we just
the amount of time that we're doing
3
this
hours,
stuff.
But I mean, that's the cool thing. Like, if I can give anyone advice based on what I've learned just from this, create things with people you like.
Yeah.
Like, it's the best feeling in the world.
It's the best.
Like, I love doing it. And I think, like, the thing that I'll miss the most, like, I love the shows. I even love the research. I love hanging out with you guys on Twitter. I love every little thing about the show. It sucks to say goodbye. But the thing that we'll miss the most is after the show.
Yeah.
Is when we get done, you're on this wave.
Yeah.
You're on this high, and you just feel good the rest of the day. You know, like Jason, you and I played in bands in our lives. Like we grew up playing in bands and playing music and live music. It's similar to that.
Like
just
right
got
after
off
you
stage,
got done with the show. Yeah,
just got
it's
off
the same
stage and just got done playing. So
yeah, and there's like this thing that's happened like every week when we came to this thing. Like it's always like, oh, that's the best part of my week. Like for sure.
Right.
As soon as I'm done, I'm like, I feel way better.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be like a weird thing.
And it's so weird how it became such a routine thing for us. Like it was like, well, like I mean, it became a thing where someone outside of this podcast would approach me and say, "Hey, what are you doing next Saturday? Like, you want to?" And I'd be like, "Well, I got to check my schedule."
Yeah.
Thunderheads is doing that. Sorry, I can't. Like, I can't.
Yeah,
like,
that's pretty much all
job.
over.
It was a second job,
so,
is what it became.
But that's fun. I love that about it.
Yeah.
I love that we took it seriously like that, and I hope that someone, I hope that we kind of open a pathway for another podcast or someone else to follow in our footsteps. Because Rob, I think you nailed it on the head. We did it for us, and I think that's what got us to this point. Is that we were ourselves. We didn't try to be something. We didn't try to mimic any show. We were like, let's just be us.
I mean, it was built out of literally nothing.
Yeah, literally nothing.
We didn't have.
We
a
had
single thing.
this guy that had a foundation on Thunder Twitter as Thunder Tide and had a following. But when we created the podcast, nothing.
Yeah,
we didn't have
zero
any
listeners.
foundation.
Right.
Hey, and it didn't take that long.
How the hell did we do it?
It didn't take, dude. It didn't take because I became a regular after that, and like it didn't take us that long to surpass what I had.
Right.
Because I was just a guy on Twitter. When I stepped in and became a Thunderhead, like we were creating something special and awesome. Like I walked into your house, as just some guy from Twitter, and I walked out as a friend. Like,
yeah, it's pretty cool.
What you guys like, just I love the three of you so much. Like, never let me misconstrue that. Like, you guys are awesome. You guys are really close friends of mine. Like, I respect the hell out of you, and I'm proud to sit here and have created something so awesome with you guys. Like, dude, I was listening to Frank Sinatra's "My Way" earlier today.
Oh, no.
I started crying.
Mistake.
I started crying a little bit, just like
I've been in the dumps a little lately.
Yeah, I didn't think I was actually gonna get sad like that, and then when I saw the responses on Twitter and stuff,
that
killed me.
When it was like,
killed me. It killed me.
When also like what you're saying, Justin, like becoming friends with you, becoming friends with Brett Dawson, like there's been people we've met through this process, and it's been so cool.
Yeah.
Like everybody that we've got to interact with, all the Twitter people that we've gotten to.
We went to media day. Like
that's crazy.
That was also something. Like we did stuff
Thanks, Matt.
as fans. We did stuff as fans that we would have never have been able to do without the show.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, and we have a ton of thanks, and we offered them on Twitter, but there's a ton of thanks out there to give to people that just came on the show and helped grow the show. Like, for instance, the first time we had John Hamm on, like we had a decent following, but I remember when we first had John Hamm on, and we released that episode, and he, throws a retweet.
Right.
And I remember watching our listens just
crazy.
boost.
Yeah.
And it was just like, that's awesome. That those little things help us so much. And then, he had some nice words to say on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
To us. And then one thing that sticks out to me though is we had Antonio Daniels on the podcast, which he's just an awesome dude.
Yeah.
And he goes on a lot of podcasts, and it's not like it's super special to have him on the podcast because he is so nice and willing to go on anyone's podcast. However, what he said to us on Twitter was just like,
that fucking rocked me a little. I was just like, wow, that's like an NBA champion just said that.
Right.
Like, that's crazy.
Right. I mean, he's a good dude, and we've had an awesome run, and who knows what's in store down the road, right?
That's right.
And I feel like this should be the end of the show, but we have another segment to just.
We got to go through notes one last time.
So let's cheers right before we hit these notes. That's fine. You just can still cheers.
Cheers, fellas.
Let's do some notes. These people deserve us to yell notes one more time.
That's right. Notes! Woo! Good notes.
Some bass in there.
All right, our last notes. But there's a lot.
Oh, God.
Kyrie Irving's next film project will bring him to OKC and the Skirvin Hotel, where several NBA players say they've encountered paranormal activity.
And bedbugs.
Yeah, that's true. The film will reportedly be a horror movie about the hotel.
I am really looking forward to this.
Did you? Has anybody watched Uncle Drew?
Yeah, I watched it the other day for the first time.
I watched pieces of it.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So bad.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not encouraging. But I'm going to watch it anyway.
It was different than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to have like a, I don't know, more like independent feel than it did. It was
like
It felt produced.
Hollywood super movie.
It was Hollywood. It had like an underlying. What's the word? Like
a good story behind it.
A good story
kinda.
behind it. Like,
A plot?
Plot.
Well, it had not plot is what I was looking for, but like
It's a key to
where
it.
you
feel good,
overcome,
sort
like you,
of, yeah.
like you overcome something.
okay.
That's kind of what it.
Like the
like a triumphant,
like-
triumphant story behind it. Yeah,
Like
And it was
the
kinda
regular
like-
Hollywood movie story that would have to happen.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
It was just kind of like,
They had
well,
to
we
sell
have to
it, you
put
know?
the yeah, they did. Paul George was named Western Conference Player of the Week. Like I don't know,
Smooth
twice, 3
as
times.
eggs.
Oh, dude, Jesse
Oh, you,
Edgar was
Jesse.
asking for you to.
That was for you.
Yeah, they also won, and I like it. I like that.
I like it.
I do like it.
Yeah, hit the one.
Kevin Durant is planning on a return to OKC on March 20th for Nick Collison's jersey retirement. Durant said, "It's about time for us to let go of all that extra stuff and just come together, especially around this time because it's Nick."
So the one person that's not let it go has finally said,
Yeah.
let's let it go.
He needs to
So
say that
annoying.
shit to himself in the mirror.
It's
That's right.
so weird. This is
Why?
weird and ironic. And did anyone see what he said today when asked about Russ?
I did.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He somehow made it about himself.
Of course he did.
It was incredible.
But I agree. I mean, it's still the whole thing. And obviously, he's getting asked questions.
Yeah.
But even more than that, like he still continues to keep it going. So,
Yeah, and I wanna let it go like completely. And I feel like I
would.
do you guys care if he comes?
No, I don't care.
I don't care if he comes.
I mean,
I'll be there, but I don't.
like
Well, if it
I
comes.
I guess I respect it, but at the same time,
It's like, it's
I-
nice for Nick.
but I do want Kevin Durant to know that I will never not find it funny of him feeling like he didn't get what he set out to get when he went to Golden State. I'm sorry. I know that he is a person, and I should have full empathy for
No,
him.
I like it.
But dude,
You saw him when he got the trophy. It was just like, ooh, that didn't mean as much to you as you thought it did you?
My hope is that he doesn't get booed. He doesn't get anything.
I hope no one
Just
responds.
don't-
Just
don't
don't respond,
acknowledge
guys.
him.
Yeah.
Let's as a group all decide not to respond.
Especially so, what it needs, like what the Thunder
It's-
PA guy
it's for
needs to
Nick.
do is just like Nick Collison, and he's joined by some of his former teammates.
Or
Not that guy.
or sound really sad like he does whenever the other team scores. Like he's just like real monotone.
Kevin
and
Durant,
like,
Kevin
yeah,
too.
Kevin Durant is here.
4-2.
Oh,
John Wall.
slithering. Can't say slithering.
BG from Russell.
Yeah. And then right back to
Kevin
Drew
Durant.
Holiday.
Kevin Durant slithers to the basket.
That is so good. An underrated part of going
It's
to the
the
games. Just like a layup, and then the next team goes down and gets an and 1-3.
Yeah.
Paul George from Russell, and then Kevin Durant 3 and 1 or whatever he says, and a foul.
Goes to the line, shoots one.
Warriors shoot one.
Yeah. Former Thunderers Kendrick Perkins and Perry Jones III
PJ!
have signed to play in the Big Three this summer. Will you watch?
Nope.
Oh, that was so fast.
So my question about this is they are in the draft for the Big Three.
Oh,
I
so
don't-
they haven't even been picked?
Yeah,
I don't-
Perkins ain't getting drafted.
I don't know if they only have enough for each team or if they have so many and they're whoever doesn't get picked.
What a
is,
gut punch if you
Is
don't
it
get
embarrassing if
drafted.
you don't get drafted?
Yes.
Yeah.
How high, if Melo joined that draft pool, would he go? Would
first
he go first?
overall.
Yeah, you still got to go first.
That's crazy
Yeah.
to think about. He's so good in the
He's
Big
a great
Three and
guy.
so bad in
He's
the
a
NBA.
great guy.
He's a great guy.
You got to have
Okay.
him on your team.
I'm glad we got one more Melo in there at the end. You know?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's legitimately been a full show that we haven't mentioned Melo.
Not since
I
he
bet
signed
there
with the
hasn't.
team. Guarantee it. I made sure of it every
A
time.
lasting impact on this community and culture. Former Thunderer Hashim Thabit is plotting an NBA comeback and has worked out for multiple teams. Reports
That
say.
is not going to work out well.
It ain't happening, Hashim.
Sorry, bud.
Man, what a bad pick that was. Second pick in the draft didn't work out.
Huge mistake.
Deontay Burton and Scottie Hobson of the OKC Blue were named G League All-Stars. So the Blue are really good.
Yeah, they killed it for
There's-
me.
there's-
In basketballs, one of the best picks you could have had.
Very good.
Just, the best.
Speaking of Scottie Hobson, he was signed to a 10-day contract along with Richard Solomon. Is that right?
Yep.
Is it Richard?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Good,
Dick.
because that's what I wrote
I think
down.
he prefers Dick.
Okay, Dick
Dick Solomon.
Dick Solomon.
Dixall?
Dixall.
10-day contracts, which that's probably several cap experts and
Yeah.
that have noted it's just to fill the space until the Thunder can add to their roster. The All-Star Game MVP odds are out, and here they are in order. LeBron, Giannis, and Durant are tied for the best odds at plus 600 each. Steph is at plus 700. Kemba, plus 800. Hometown guy always is high on there.
Yeah,
Because he's going to get a lot of minutes. He's going to take a lot of shots. Embiid plus 850. Big guy's never going to win it. Sorry.
Where's the 2-time MVP? I feel like he's fallen down.
Paul George plus 850. That's some good value,
That's a good
boys.
bet to take
If he
right there.
takes 18 threes, he might make 12 of them.
Yeah.
Or 18.
Or 18.
Yeah.
He might.
Kyrie plus 900, AD plus 1,000, Harden plus 1,000, and Russ plus 1,200.
2-time.
2-time MVP, and
They forgot who he was.
he will go play. I don't
Yeah.
know. I kind of feel like Russ might take it easy this All-Star
He
game.
should.
Dude, he hits threes so well in All-Star games.
I wish
though.
he could shoot like that in normal life.
You think Harden's so far down because just not going to get a lot of foul calls to shoot those free throws?
Ooh. Also, like, he's not going to be able to do a bunch of dribbles, right?
I appreciate what you just
Well
said.
done, sir. Well done.
Like, he's not going to be
Thank
able
you
to
for
dribble the clock down from 22 to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that in the All-Star
Yeah.
game. The fans will boo you.
And throw water balls at you, hopefully.
Yeah.
Just
Do
playing
it,
the long
fans.
game for the win. So, no, I know what I'm doing here. I'll just run this clock down.
Russell Westbrook and Paul George became the first pair of teammates in NBA history to record 20-point triple-doubles. in the
My
same game.
God. How fun was that
That
game?
was incredible.
That was ridiculous.
Felt good on my insides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last, Russell Westbrook has officially become the leading scorer in franchise history, even considering the Sonics passing Gary Payton.
Sit down, Gary.
That's right.
Oh, I clicked on like a tweet. There was like a national tweet about that, and a bunch of Sonics fans in
Yeah.
the mentions.
Oh, Jesus.
I enjoyed it. I
Oh, yeah.
enjoyed
Well,
reading it.
See, here's the thing. So, like, Kevin Durant was the last vestige of Seattle.
Right.
Now Russell
Hey, go.
Westbrook has kicked Gary Payton out of the all-time leading scorers. Like, Seattle's just gone.
Can we
Yeah.
just
They're
remove...
fading away. Can we take all of their records, put it in a box, take a shit in that box, and ship it up to Seattle, Washington?
We can make him
I
part
am
of
happy
Canada
that
now.
we just had a last-timer Justin rant. That's what we
agree.
needed.
Yeah, that is what we need. Perfect way to send this thing off. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, to our last show. We appreciate the ride, man. This was a lot of fun. This show was a lot of fun. It feels like it's been 4 hours.
Yeah.
So many jelly beans were eaten.
So
many
I'm
bad
gonna be
ones.
It's only been 2.5 hours.
Well, thanks for all that support that you guys have given us over the time as well. You guys made this a ton of fun, man. And thanks to these guys for making this deal be the highlight of my week every single week. I really appreciate you guys. Take us home, Justin.
Gentlemen, it has been a privilege playing with you tonight.
All right, everyone. You gonna say thunder up with me?
Yeah.
Thunder up.
Thunder up.
Thunder up.
That's the best Thunderheads way to go out. The most
See you
Thunderheads
guys.
way.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.